I love that Nintendo game Rampage, though. Fuck, that's a great game.
Good movie too.
Oh, shut up.
Future
Wow.
movie might kill me.
Rock Round.
No.
That'd be a good one, man. I like that
Yes.
movie. I never
Hey.
played the game.
Oh shit.
I like the idea of a rock round. That's kind of a fun idea, really, a rock round, because he's got a
I
lot of
spent-
different kinds of movies.
Oh,
I spent
yeah.
enough time in the Mideast.
Oh,
Yeah. I'm right.
if we're doing rock round,
This
WWE Studios might be fucking back.
God damn it!
God.
You're not bringing up the Marine again.
I really hope
Does-
so.
I was thinking
Would
Scorpion
this-
King, but yeah, let's do the Marine.
Ooh. File.
Would this movie qualify for rock round?
There's a lot of
there-
rocks in this movie.
There's a lot of rocks.
I mean,
Yeah, I'd allow it.
His life on the line and everybody knows it.
Be fucked.
Beat your bastard!
Beat your feet.
Call the cops!
Princess Mononoke. Princess Mononoke.
Call the cops!
Princess Mononoke.
You sound like super donkey piss.
You are the Duke of New York. You're a number one.
Welcome to This Movie Might Kill Me, where we cover everything from the good to the bad to the 80s. These movies don't kill us. The discussion probably will. I'm Optimus Grime, and I wish I could go to a future where I knew this movie did not exist, because this movie is one of the movies of all time. If this is your first time tuning in, we're pretty much like any other movie podcast, except instead of one person always leading the discussion, we take turns choosing movies and hosting the pod. So if you don't like this episode, shove it up your ass, but come back next time for something completely different. Without further ado, let's introduce the rest of the crew. Get things started.
Hi, I'm Snake Plissken from South Dakota. My hobbies are fast cars and fast women. That's why the guys in my car club call me the Cruiser.
I'm JCVD. We do not call him the Cruiser. And mostly here to kind of help Snake with all of his older references so that he's not out on an island alone a lot.
Hi, I'm Citrus. I'm here to let you know I'm the only ally to the Gen Z on this podcast. Everybody else hates you. I love you.
I'm Cheery. I'm only on this podcast as a way to get to Celebrity Jeopardy because I know I'm not smart enough for regular Jeopardy.
And again, I'm Optimus Prime, and I'm surprised I'm the best voice that we've got for this intro. Moving swiftly along, this week is JCVD's week. JCVD, how about you take it away?
All right. So this week I was gifted, ? The movie Enemy Mine from sci-fi movies from 1985, starring actually pretty much only Lou Gossett Jr. and Dennis Quaid. Yeah, it's been longer than 22 damn years since I'd seen this one. Been about 35, I would say, something along those
How
lines.
many of
So
us, as you get going here, how many of us were alive when this movie was released? Other than me and JC, Optimus, you were alive in 85?
What year did this come out? 85? I was born in November of 85, so...
you just missed it. Just missed the premiere.
Yeah, son of a bitch. So 2 out of 5.
Oh no, this
Awesome,
movie
go ahead.
released December 20th, 1985. Optimus made it.
Oh, shit, all
there you
3
go.
That was
3 out of 5, baby.
6 weeks
nice.
old, baby!
There you go.
Quite literally,
He
baby!
was,
Yeah.
he was in the theater at 6
Yeah.
weeks old. He was
Jesus.
spoiler alert, he was the baby Zemus.
I didn't. I was Giannis.
Yep.
Awesome. All right, here we go, bro.
Yeah, so the synopsis that I had for this one was: in the distant future, humans and aliens battle for supremacy of the universe. On one lonely, uninhabited planet, an American and a reptilian drac find themselves uneasily joining together to survive and learn. I thought
If
it
Lonely
should
Island
specify
is in this
he's an
movie.
American.
File.
Yeah, I wish. Yeah. I found that of all the synopses that they had, I liked that this one mentioned specifically, like, he's a human, like, he's an American.
Yeah.
Rock, flag, and eagle.
That's right.
There was kind of a run for a bunch of movies in the 80s where the taglines and synopses were... The tagline isn't a tagline, it's like a tag paragraph.
Yeah.
Love a good tag paragraph.
Speaking of taglines, by the way, yeah. I had a few of them here, which were enemies because they were taught to be, survivors because they had to be. Another one was adversaries because they had been conditioned to be, neighbors because fate compelled them to be soulmates because they found the courage to be.
Come on, spare me the
Yeah.
preachy
The
shit.
first tagline sounded
No.
like someone cleaned up the second tagline. Like the
Yep.
second tagline was the first pitch, and they're like, it's a little clunky. Let's clean it up, son.
Every single I'm not gonna read the other two, but there's 4 of them, and they're all basically they were enemies. They got along, and then they were soulmates. It's literally the general running theme of the synopsis or taglines for all of them. Really long.
Yeah,
A lot of
we're
things.
in the movie here.
I love a classic like enemies to friends to lovers. Like it's a good story. It's tale as old as time.
Yeah. It's a hardcore spoiler right on the movie poster right there.
Yeah.
Basically giving you the entire plot rundown. There was a few trivia pieces. Most of them were just like it was filmed in like Iceland or in like West Germany, a bunch of stuff, but different things about the places it was filmed. So not a lot of it was too interesting, but I found 2 that I enjoyed, which
Germany,
first one was, exactly.
The wall
first
came
one
down.
was,
Gorbachev, bring down this wall.
Yeah. That's right. My ray gun. Yeah. The one piece of trivia was film critic Janet Maslin deemed this movie as this season's Dune, which was critically like everybody hated that movie. So she was like, this is going to be another one of those. And then the other piece of trivia I enjoyed, Lou Gossett Jr. and Dennis Quaid also starred together in Jaws 3.
Perfect. Oh, we should watch that now.
Damn it, you ruined spoilers for my next pick.
That's coming. No way. It was Jaws 3D back then. It was crazy.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, Jaws 3D. I've seen that.
Let's be honest. At this point, this is Lou Gossett. Is this 3rd or 4th appearance on the show? Third time.
Yeah,
here,
3rd.
maybe?
Yeah. Yep.
Well, first on the show, 3rd in the movie club.
Yeah, but we have to. I mean, we have to complete the circle. I mean, we have to almost do every Lou Gossett movie. So, I mean, that movie will come. There'll be more.
We'll come back to that one eventually.
Oh, hell yeah.
Is it Lou Gossett Jr. or Pod Gossett Jr.? What are we calling it?
Lou Podsit Jr.
Yeah, I enjoy that one. I don't want to lose the Lou part of it, you know.
I'll see if I can get him for $25 on Cameo.
Yeah, maybe.
Ain't no fucking way Lou Gossett's $25 on Cameo.
I'm on it.
Yep. Get a little research going.
Anybody that would like to, any fans that would like to donate to help us get Lou Gossett on Cameo, just email us at ThisMovieMightKillYou. This movie might kill me. Excuse me.
God damn it! Cut all this.
Cut all that. Nick, you gotta get this rolling here. People keep on interrupting.
I don't keep interrupting. Everybody does.
The show.
Yeah.
The Trampler.
Yeah.
Stop being an impatient dad with the pooch.
I don't call you the Cruiser. I call you the Trampler.
Yeah, the Cruiser.
The Cruiser, because he cruises right through the warning signs that he should stop.
He sees that stop sign at 3rd. He's rounding home.
Yep, right.
Yeah.
Too high.
Gonna pop the
red light means go.
Snake Rod Washington.
The red light just means look both ways before you're going, but you're going.
200 knows what a yes means. Yeah.
Look both ways while you're going.
Yep.
Any hoodles.
My life.
Anybody have any first notes before we get into it?
I've got a good first note. So you know how in the Stallone movies they always start with a blurb where it's like 9 people are gunned down on the streets of LA every hour.
Yeah.
And 1 man can stop it. This one starts with the opposite. Shockingly. World peace on Earth. Everyone's friends there, and it's great. But then camera pans to a dead astronaut.
Yep.
We're fighting the aliens. So we just found someone else to fuck with.
I think my first note was still looking at the credits, where it's based on the story by Barry Longyear. What a pen name.
Yeah.
That was actually my first note, is that Barry Longyear is a perfect sci-fi writer name.
That's a great name.
Yeah, it's incredible.
My first note was the last time I saw this, my parents were still married. I'm 43 right now, so that's how long it's been. Yeah, they already got divorced in 88, so it's been a long long time since I've seen this
That's a
fucking
good
movie.
first note.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, a little backdoor on that. Me and JC were talking just because we are always talking about some of these old movies because other old movies spin off of the movie we're watching, and that's what I said that to him last night, and I was like, shit, I got to use that as my first note. So, but yeah, I thought it was too good to leave it in the drawer. But yeah, so it's been a long time since I've seen this, and I was ready to see how it held up. I was excited, actually. I was really excited.
Not only are we starting off with an intro blurb, which I'm on the record, and let me get on the record on audio here. Every good movie needs an intro blurb. If there's no intro blurb, not gonna be a good movie.
Need something, especially in
At
80s
the end of the intro, they're fighting over squatters' rights.
Yep.
Which, who knows what that means? But I'm so on board already. I'm like, yeah, baby, let's get this going. Squatters' rights, sure.
Jesus.
Yeah. My first note, by the way, was that when I searched the movie on the TV, the menu said the rental was $3.99 on Prime. But when I get into Prime, it's $4.29, and I feel bamboozled.
Oh, you got. It's redemption for you getting charged like 47 cents for fucking high fidelity.
Yeah. You made up for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. They definitely, customer service found that. Was like, wait a minute, this guy somehow scammed us, like upcharge him the next thing he rents. He just screwed himself.
Get him on Enemy Mine.
Yep. Yeah. So we
$4.29 for me too.
Yeah. Well, you see? Yeah. Fucking Amazon. We open, by the way, before we get to voiceover, we open with what's really just a terrible view of space. The effects in this movie, spoiler, not great. Like anytime they show space in any form, it looks awful. It looks exceptionally bad.
Are these just? I'm guessing they're just matte paintings, though, right?
Yeah, but like, think of what Aliens looks like, and it came out a few years earlier. Like when they show space, it just looks like space. Like this looks really, I don't know.
Yeah,
like
I'm not
shockingly
giving credit
bad.
To it.
Yeah, no, like it's
Carl. It looked like the Carl Sagan stuff that came out in like I think the '60s, the late '60s. So
it looks like
I will say
educational video game.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some of the effects are really good. Some of them are not.
The practical effects aren't that bad, honestly. I liked a lot of the practical effects, but anytime they were trying to do space and CG and stuff, it's real.
Yeah,
these guys doing some maneuvers are hilarious.
The only time I got distracted by what they were doing was pretty much any time, like I said, like they have like ships or anything with space was like, it was distracting to me. But other than that, like the effects are pretty fine, I think.
But
I could only list.
When that long spaceship appeared at the first time, and it just like that long spaceship slowly appeared out of the corner of your screen like a dick just growing, and it was fucking weird.
Yeah. It only lists 2 actors, by the way, in the credits, which is great. Just Lou Gossett and Dennis, nobody else. We get the voiceover, like Sisters of Thing, letting us know that humans came together in the late 21st, so there's still time for that. And we also find out it didn't go well in space at all, as we have squatters' rights. It's so then I was like, wait,
I'm not over this. Squatters' rights is a crazy thing to put in your intro.
Yep, it's so great.
I love
the fact that when you start saying like, oh, they claim they had squatters. I'm like, why do the aliens know about squatters' rights? Like, what's happening here?
It's the pinnacle of or some shit. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's like,
we get
they're fighting. Who fucking cares?
Yeah, we get more reviews of
shit like the writers like wrote this in German and it makes sense in German, but they had to translate it. It's just like, wait, what? I mean, this is what it means in English, but no.
It reads like an old like RPG with like bad translation.
Yeah.
Where it just doesn't quite, like the message is there, but it doesn't quite make sense.
You get what they're
a little
going for, but
yeah, they get the spirit. Yeah, we get the more of space, as we can see, like as we get more of the voiceover, we see the ship, the big spinning sort of central core or hub of the human army, I guess, that's just floating through space apparently. We get inside the spaceship as we get the Drax start attacking. We see the 3-hand claw kind of just grabbing a random knob in the ship. And space battle starts. Quaid and what seems to be a small child with him as navigator. It looks like he's like a 15-year-old kid, along with Quaid in that spaceship.
Guy.
This kid was like.
Quick
We
question
see
about
Quaid
that
here.
your screen. Is that not one of those like little like electric things you get from like Spencer's in the mall back in the day, where like
That's what it
you
looks
touch
like.
it, the electricity
Absolutely.
goes to your finger or whatever, you know?
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, those were big in the 80s and
like
stuff. Like
Yeah, I had like
Tesla
3
ball or
different
something,
versions of
isn't it?
that in my room as a kid.
yeah,
Is it called like that? It's called something.
yeah.
Yeah,
When
no.
we see Quaid here, I posted that video of Quaid from The Right Stuff, you know, when he's just like
Mhm.
kind of real cocky in the car. I just think of Quaid like that when I saw him here early, because he has that high and tight cut. And I just think of him as the pilot, you know, and he just is acting like Gordo Cooper from The Right Stuff, you know, just cocky. I'm gonna get this guy, he's mine. There we go.
I thought during this scene, as soon as we saw him, I was like, oh, now they see why they were like, oh, an American and not just like a human. Like, he's very much like being like a cowboy pilot, you know?
Yep, Dennis Quaid. Well, he's from Texas.
Yeah, of course.
Originally, I believe Dennis is. But yeah, I mean, Dennis is as American as you can get, right?
Of course. Yeah,
Yeah,
damn right he is. He looks
yeah,
like the all-American, you know,
yep,
guy in the 80s. Yeah.
100%. Yes.
Also,
We get good.
I love the idea of that where like, you know, countries haven't existed in decades, you know, Earth has assimilated into one big, you know, world government, but like they're still America. Like
Yeah, exactly. Goddamn right.
we're still
The
fucking
world
Americans.
government
Like
is
we,
America.
it might
Yeah.
be one world nation, but we're still America. Y'all know that, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
No. Texas has spread across the entire globe. That's all
It's
that
not
matters.
America. It's
Yeah.
it's Texas.
Yeah, it's just
Earth
Texas.
isn't called Earth
get a-
anymore. It's just called Texas.
Yep.
Yep.
We get a great line here where I'm sure Citrus picked up on it, where we get quote, "Our only home was a fortress in space. Fortress is back."
Yeah. Yep.
Oh man.
Fortress month.
Yes.
I
dream
still need to
sex,
watch
baby.
Fortress 2.
I started.
Stay tuned.
Yeah, enjoy that. It's an experience watching that
It'll be
one.
like me starting
I will.
Royale too.
Yep. We get, by the way, a good line here when the guy tells Quaid that he's got a date with, I think he says Merskovich. I don't have subtitles on at this point, but he says he's like, the nurse, didn't we call her the white balloon? And the guy goes, she's lost 20 pounds.
Holy shit!
Awesome banter.
That's the first time in the movie, the first out of two at least, where Quaid is fat shaming people.
Yep.
And
Absolutely.
The first is the white
It was the
balloon.
80s. What do
I'm
you want?
disappointed that the white balloon gets brought up twice in like the first 10 minutes and then never gets brought up again.
Yeah, I was
We don't
hoping
even
for a
get to see
redemption
what
arc.
she looks like.
We never get to
Yeah.
meet her on the space station. It's a huge
Yeah.
missed opportunity.
Oh, she is the
I want
space
her to
station.
come.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
easy.
Eventually,
Yeah.
he's just, all right.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Yeah, I would have liked him to like wake up in like, you know, I will get there. But yeah, it would have been nice if he woke up and she was just the one waiting on. You see the name tag, I'd be like, oh, there she is. Would have been a nice callback at the end.
What would her name tag say? W balloon.
It's pronounced
WB.
balloon.
Yeah.
Also,
they're
at
having
this time, though, if you think about it, the white balloon, now everybody that body's kicking.
Yeah,
You know what
damn
I
right.
mean?
Oh my god.
Back in the 80s, you wanted that that body built by Fonda, you know?
Yeah.
Now
the
you
body
want
built by
now you
Fonda.
want that white balloon. You know, you want that
Right.
body.
Yeah.
Fonda ain't got a motor in the back of her Honda.
Sam, that's right. Thank you.
Yeah. There we
As
go.
they're having this space battle, I'm getting hung up on something, which is that all these like space fighter planes are behaving in ways like they're fighting in like air when they're in
Yep.
space.
Mhm.
Yep.
So like
Absolutely.
they're doing like the big like I'm gonna turn up and do a loop, and I'm like
Yeah.
flying in formation to be more aerodynamic.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's like, what are you doing here, guys?
Yeah.
You just like, yeah. It says here in the script some fighter planes, so we made fighter planes.
Yeah. They if you notice, there's shots like, and I said like this. I kept getting distracted by all the space effects because, like you said, like when there's a point where you see like the drag ships coming in, and they all bank in formation as if like, you know, they're doing like a stunt show kind of thing. And I'm like,
Yep.
yeah, like they're very much flying like normal planes, and the people are chasing them like they're planes. I'm like, they're spaceships, guys. We could do something a lot cooler with this. What are we doing?
It would have
Well,
worked
and, like,
better
for
if they were
the-
just like on a base on a planet. Then
Yeah.
they would have just been able to do this without any issue.
Yep.
And like the Blue Angels.
There you go. That's what I was looking for. I couldn't think of it.
Yeah,
I was like blue, and
Three
I got nothing.
Angels.
Yeah, I saw him once as a kid. It was pretty cool, actually.
They're from down here around me. I need to go see them when they do a show sometime.
Oh,
They're
they're
supposed to do an
here
air
every
show in-
summer for a week,
Yeah.
and they fly over town and they're loud as shit.
I think
Yeah,
they're
I'm
supposed
sure.
to be a,
Yeah.
air,
Every
they're
year
supposed to
is
be
too
bringing
much.
back the air show.
It's your
down
snow
here.
fan.
I think the Blue
Yep.
Angels are going to be there. I need to go check it out.
Citrus shaking his fist out the window.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we got it on audio, remember? Hey, Citrus
A
has
fighter
stated
plane opening
hates
up
the
the
Blue Angels.
throttle at like 2,000 feet above your house will rattle your windows. And they
Yeah.
they do practice flights for a few days before the show every summer, and they fly directly over my house.
I live near an Air Force base, and they just got a bunch of F-35 shipped in like the end of last year, and so they've been testing them a lot lately. So yeah, it's kind of a daily to weekly thing. It's just hearing going by, and I always make the joke, "Oh, it must be a football game somewhere."
Dennis Quaid's getting my early nomination for the bed shitter because his reactions to ships blown up and his friend being blown up is absolutely terrible. He looks like he's clenching on the toilet.
That's Gordo
Cooper.
Cooper.
Everyone in that
I'm
ship
glad
is
you-
awful.
I'm glad you mentioned it because I have, like I said, I don't have many notes, mostly just like kind of keeping track of what's going on with the movie. But I did write here that for anybody who hasn't seen it, I can't stress enough how bad the effects and acting are in this opening scene. It's all bad. Like Quaid is like, and I said I love Quaid. I've always been a big fan. He's awful in the spaceship.
Well,
Thank you.
I think
Like,
around
he's not
this
doing
time
great.
that I wrote the note, just to remind everyone, this was before Jurassic Park, so we can't criticize it.
Damn.
Oh yeah, no, that's true.
But it's after Aliens, so
After
After
Star Wars
Star
too.
Wars, too.
yeah.
How about Star Wars came out
Yeah.
way before this and looked great?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Enemy mine, more like enemy yours.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Oh,
Halle Berry gets blown up like before the 5-minute mark in this movie.
Yeah.
they're no black fighter pilots in space.
Yeah.
He wasn't doing much acting though, so
No.
it was kind of like, oh well.
That is a callback to a Broken Arrow conversation. I am not a racist. Continue.
Yep.
Yeah.
Thank you for clearing that up for everybody. Yeah, it's important to do so.
One day we'll
He's got
re-record
proof.
Black Arrow, and that'll all
Black Arrow.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Broken Arrow.
Let's just go on.
Yep.
That'll all
Put that in.
full circle.
That's a
Yeah.
beautiful faux pas.
Yeah, leave all this in.
I'm cutting
Leave it
the whole
all.
thing. Fuck you, I'm the
Remember,
editor, I'll
folks,
cut it
he's
off.
from the South.
Yep. Quaid starts chasing the one ship specifically. He gets a direct hit, which I put in all caps because he was all excited. So, but at great risk because they get too
Best
close.
fighter
And,
pilot you ever seen.
yeah, they get too close to the planet and they're going in. The co-pilot's face explodes basically as Quaid continues to
Holy
crash
shit.
down. I mean, what happened to him? Like he's just sitting
I don't
there.
know.
All of a sudden, there's a
Pressure.
few sparks, and then just his face mask is gone. Yeah, but Quaid's
That
fine.
helmet did him no favors.
Yeah, it blew into his face. Like he was done for.
Yeah. Maybe
Poor
it was
guy,
an
he never had a
asteroid or
chance.
something. It was
Yeah.
something. Yeah, something happened. Or was it was it a piece of the other plane? Like the plane in front of him?
It might have been.
Could have used a white balloon.
He has a skate pod. I think
Oh,
might have hit him too.
easy, Dennis.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, we get the.
I have some questions about
Oh boy.
the sneaky trick that Lou Gossett uses to collide the planes together on the way down onto the planet.
Mm-hmm.
Because normally you're not like 5 feet behind the guy if you're in a plane. Like
He couldn't see
you're
him.
in a plane.
Yeah.
It was all smoky. He lost him, and Dennis got too horny. Was going too fast.
That's true. He was really chomping at the bit.
Yeah.
Yep.
One of those pilot boners.
And his guy in the back
powder
kept saying,
exploded.
"Yep." The guy in the back kept saying, "Remember, get out of here! Stop! You
Yep.
know, we're too fast. We're losing something." It was. He kept saying something. I can't remember what it was, but he
Joey,
kept
his
saying
name is,
something.
by the way. Shout out to
Yeah,
Joey
there was something
Harvey.
that they were low on, and they were going to get too close, and they're going to blow up.
Yep. But he wanted to shoot the alien, so.
Yeah, but he was just too. Yeah, he was just too hard pressed. He was just had too much red, white, and blue running through his veins.
Yep. That's right.
Yeah.
Deep in the heart of Texas.
Fucking A.
After he crashes, he grabs Joey, gets him off the ship, it explodes. But he dies with his ass on, defending the honor of
Oh my God!
Merc
Thank
Stern.
you.
He fucking is
God.
miserable as he's dying.
He just goes, "I'm tired, boss."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't call it a white balloon. It hurts her feelings. Like,
Yeah.
You fucking
Yeah.
simp. Get out of here.
What a last word sequence,
Oh.
Yeah.
was stop making fun of my fat girlfriend who's probably doesn't know she's my girlfriend.
Yep.
He's never gonna be in this movie.
Yeah. He said they had a
think
date. I bet
that-
she had to meet him for work or something. He thought it was a date.
Do you think he felt even more devastated because he knew when he got back from this mission he was going to get his first sex with the white balloon?
Absolutely.
So it would have been the first time he'd ever got it in. Maybe the first time ever if
mean-
you look at that nerd. And then he was like, all he's dying in is the fact that he's going to be able to slip it in the balloon, and now he's not.
Yep.
Slip it in the balloon.
Did you guys scope
Yeah.
the single tear coming from his dying
Yep.
face?
Thank you.
That's right.
Oh,
Yep.
so good.
Yeah.
Love a
incredible.
single tear. I think there's another
Yeah.
one in this movie somewhere.
Yeah,
There's
no,
there's a
definitely.
few rolling tears. Yeah.
There's many singles.
I'm a little bit curious because we go from Joey dying to what appears to be Quaid burying him. And I'm wondering how close do you have to be to someone to bury them? When your buddy dies, are you obligated to bury them? I feel like you shouldn't be wasting those calories.
Well, if you're
He's just like
you're
your
a
coworker.
co-pilot,
If you're in a movie,
but
you
yeah.
have to.
Oh, he's not a
Yeah.
co-pilot. He's just staff.
Yeah,
He's just staff. They're not giving him
he's
a
the-
cake for his birthday.
No, he's not.
You
He's
gonna
not
eat him?
co-pilot. He's like navigator.
Yeah.
I
what are you
mean,
going to start cutting him up and hanging him and drying his skin to make some jerky? What else?
I mean, in
know.
hindsight, you probably should have used it on the roof of your house. Spoiler, but
could have made a jacket.
Would made
bones
some
would come in
leather.
handy.
Easy, Ed Gein.
Couple snakes rule.
I mean, Eddie Gein over there. Take it easy, bro.
Hey,
Just
you're on a
say-
foreign planet. You need to
Thank
save
you.
your calories.
Thank you. I'm saying he's got a lot going on up there. You waste no resources, man.
Yeah, and then the
He's on an
next
alien
person,
planet.
Yeah.
the next person he walks in, he happens to bump into. Maybe there's an actual settlement there, and he stumbles into it. And they're like, "What the fuck? You're wearing a human coat?"
You're gonna show him who's
What
boss.
the hell are you? Wow, they're gonna
He would
fucking
only
kill you.
become a hero amongst the lizard people.
Right?
Human
They look at you
coat?
like this guy's a fucking psychopath. He's wearing a human jacket.
He's telling
Look
us
at this guy.
He's telling us
What
his
the
top
hell?
5 kills. What's wrong with him?
Yeah, right.
Wearing
Guy
that
stumbles in out of the mountains and he's wearing a fucking jacket made out of human
Fucking hate
skin.
high fidelity.
I have him wearing that fucking ugly ass
Oh, my
hat
face
from What
hurts.
We Do in the Shadows, the human skin hat.
Yep. Oh, it's great.
I saw a guy wearing a human skin jacket downtown the other day.
Yeah.
It could be
Well, I
rough
wouldn't
down there.
doubt it where you're at.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Okay,
Excuse
keep
me.
going. We're at. He just died.
Yeah.
He just got
Tom
buried.
Holland just died.
Yep. Yeah, we
Yeah.
get Quaid, we get the wide shot, by the way, of the alien terrain, which
Mhm.
it looks like a smudged painting.
And
Like
it's
it looks like
very-
somebody painted Arizona and like rubbed their finger across it.
It was
found what the
just at
background
that
looks like.
moment that I immediately just said out loud, Beastmaster.
Yep. Exactly.
Just
And
That's
I,
great
and I-
background.
and I also had the sort of question for the class of, do you think that the sets and effects were better in this or Beastmaster?
Beastmaster.
No, they look great in this. Once you're on the
Beastmaster.
planet, everything looks good.
What about when
I-
he
I
transfers
said
the
that
baby?
they certainly want to be better, but I'm not sure that they hit the mark as well as Beastmaster.
Oh, some places they're better. But
Yeah.
I was getting
Come on.
Beastmaster vibes the whole time.
Oh, me
Like
too.
there was.
Beastmaster's not like
definitely.
wearing any clothes. Like all he has to do is
No.
show
Well,
up.
I'm talking about like
Yeah.
the sets and like the painting, the background paintings and stuff like that. Like,
I don't
Yeah.
think there was any paintings, and well, there was some miniature work in Beastmaster.
Oh, are you kidding me? When he
a
gets
lot
the
of
view
time
of the
they'd
when he
be
gets the view of the
standing there
town.
looking over a city
That's
or
a
whatever,
force.
it'd be an
Yeah,
ugly
that's a
painting,
total
like-
force. That's one
Yeah.
of the worst forced perspective shots in the history
Yeah.
of film.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
really bad. It's bad enough for you to have me find it and screenshot it.
I guess I'm the only one that likes this movie. So the
I mean,
Well, I don't
for
think
them,
so.
like it,
I
but-
thought
Yeah.
the matte paintings and all that stuff looked fun. It was stylized,
No,
but
no, I
no,
like
outside-
it.
yeah, I don't mind it. Yeah, fair.
I have a very important update. Louis Gossett Jr. is not on Cameo. However,
Oh, too bad.
Kenny G is $379.
Bull
Is that all?
fucking
Nah.
shit.
Stay tuned.
Just play
Kenny
instruments
G's
for
for
you?
gonna be
Dennis
here in a couple
Quaid.
weeks. I'll go.
Hey, check
say hi.
for Dennis Quaid.
Come on it.
Yeah, we get
Okay.
by the way, it's Quaid's walking around. We get him. He finally sees the alien ship. He can only
Well,
think of
before
killing the
that,
guy.
though-
Yeah.
Before that, though, you see that little turtle thing.
That's a rad scorpion.
Yeah, the
yeah,
little,
it's a cockroach.
the
Yep.
space bug. Yeah.
Yep.
We got
Spug.
a preview of the
Yeah.
little pit thing too.
Yep.
True.
Yeah.
Died with his ass off, too. It's great.
We get a voiceover of Quaid, I believe, and he's talking about the Drax and how they're genderless, and he's disgusted by it. The way he's talking about, like, he's like they're not male, they're not female. He's like he's like really grossed out in his fucking voiceover about the Drax.
Quaid's walking around with a 9mm too. What's he doing?
Yeah.
With a pistol. American.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Like
in America, we only have 3 genders: man, woman, and gun.
I'm
Gun.
glad you brought it
Gun
up
is
because
the main one.
he pulls out.
all
It's not a
gun.
gun, man. It's one of those like little thigh guns that he
This
pulls
thing
out, and
is
I'm like,
terrible.
It's the future. It's the future, and that's
Smith.
all you have is that little pistol. Like you're not killing
like-
nobody with that thing.
Yeah,
out,
no, the gun did not fit.
Yeah.
What's the gun Will Smith has in Men in Black? The cricket? Something?
Noisy
Is that
cricket.
what
There
they
you
call it?
Yeah,
Right?
noisy
That's what it
cricket.
kind of looks like,
Yeah.
right? It's just a little fucking gun.
Yeah.
I headcanoned the explanation as these are space fighter pilots. They're not expected to
Mhm.
survive if something goes wrong.
That's
There you
So
fair.
go.
they just
Makes
give
a
them a
lot of
little
sense.
toy gun
Yeah.
to make them feel better.
Yeah. Here you go. Sure. Defend
I
yourself.
keep thinking this is Fallout, and I'm like, he's not shooting at range with. He goes into VATS with that. It's
Yeah.
0% every single time.
Yeah, if you have to eject into space, just point at the ship and shoot.
There you
You're
go.
fine. The yeah, you keep walking through some of the forest. I said the space bug falls into the hole here.
Mhm.
We get the tentacle that comes out and drags it in.
We
As soon as
also
that
get
happened, go ahead.
a real taste of the dramatic soundtrack that happens when there's not
Mm.
dialogue
Yep.
on the
No.
alien planet. Dun dun dun. Slurp slurp slurp.
Mm.
Yep.
Burp.
This
Great.
score is something.
Yeah. Spoiler alert, I'm a fan of the score.
It's
yeah.
something.
Yeah, I'm a fan of the score overall. I enjoyed it because it's very reminiscent of like 70s and like late 60s like old sci-fi movies.
Yeah.
That's
Mhm.
like that was the stuff
Yeah.
like this came out in 85. It's filmed very much like a 1973 sci-fi movie.
Oh
Yeah.
Like the angles, him walking through like rocks and just like with music playing, like all of it is very old
Throwback.
school. So like yeah,
Yep.
so like it was interesting. I wasn't expecting that from like a movie in the mid 80s.
Buck Rogers
You know what I
can
mean?
walk around the corner at any moment.
Exactly. So it was very throwback. Like I did like that about it. I like the music a lot actually. So just for that reason, like it was very nostalgia driving. You know.
I know,
Not that I'm in the 70s, but you know.
At the end of the last discussion, JC, we talked about when this one was announced, we talked about like the couple things that we remembered, you know,
Yeah.
just like the flashes quick. As soon as this bug fell into the pit, right, and
Mhm.
it tried to squeeze its way out and it couldn't, and that little tentacle arm thing came up and slapped it and took it down, like that was an immediate like nostalgia hit. Like, oh my God, I remember this thing now.
Yep.
Like that thing, as a young kid when I watched this movie, that thing fucking scared my ass so much. Like I was so scared I was gonna walk in like the tree belt at our house, and I was gonna fall into some hole, and there was gonna be one of these things. Because I lived in
Yep.
the country,
Yeah.
like on a farm, so we had a bunch of like a big tree shelter belt, like trees all around the farm. So I was always a little shithead walking around and wandering around, and yeah, so this immediately hit me like, oh my God, I remember this. And it was more along the way, little things happened that I was like, God, I remember this now. I remember this now. So yeah,
Yeah.
this scene really always scared me for some reason as a kid.
And for me, I didn't, like I said, like, as I was watching, it's like I was watching it for the first time. Like I remembered literally nothing. So it was quite a treat for me. Yeah, as Stitch mentioned, we get the interesting noise that eats the bug. He makes it to the ship finally. This is where I also mentioned, like, this is probably noticed that he doesn't have a phaser rifle or something. His name is Davidge, which reminds me of how people will write like Sag now. They'll put SADGE. It's the first thing I thought of when I saw his name.
Is Davidge a combination of David Aldridge altogether? If you squeeze
might
it
be.
together.
I was thinking David Miscavige, but
Nice. There you go. He hears some noises and goes exploring. Sees the pool and the escape pod. And then we get our first glimpse of a naked lizard man as it crawls out of the water.
I have a bit of headcanon trivia, which means this isn't real trivia, but it is immediately what I thought of when I saw this, is that this was the inspiration for the famous fish fucking movie, The Shape of Water. think Guillermo del Toro saw this and was like, I want a piece of that, and then wrote a movie about it.
I think that should be official canon. I like that a lot.
There you go.
I don't know.
I already see it.
This is the prequel to The Shape of Water.
Yep.
You yada yada over how we got a glowing green pulsing light off the escape pod that the aliens in. Spoiler, my common thread nominee for this movie: glowing lights and steaming bubbling water.
Yeah, nice. I like that one. Yeah. There's a bunch of scenes of that kind of stuff going on to really let you know it's an alien planet. Yeah.
Do you have any I don't know if you have a trivia because I just had a question. Is this actually Lou Gossett like doing all this scene? Or is it somebody else?
That's probably
no.
Is it Lou swimming and dancing and crawling around like a weirdo?
Swimming, I don't know. Like I don't know. I'm sure he can swim, but I don't know.
is working his arms like that. No, that's Lou. Look at him go.
Maybe the swimming, but no, all the just the body movement. Oh man,
maybe the swimming. Race it.
Yep.
I was not
when he was doing the deep dive underwater, and I'm sure he had to hold his breath for a while.
It's February too,
man.
How dare you?
Yeah.
Why don't you go watch Black Arrow?
Yep.
You son of a fucking bitch.
He had the yeah, that's definitely him. I think it's on the trailer. It was like 3.5 hours to put him in a makeup every day or something like that.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah, which I imagine the first time though, for like the full body look, I bet it was longer. They had to do the whole thing.
So we're introduced to Lou. He is presented as the repulsive and very alien lizard man.
Yeah. Jim Morrison.
Most importantly, he's not wearing clothes.
That is important.
As you shouldn't.
Well, he's a lizard man, so I mean, in my mind, he's an alien. Have you ever seen anything of an alien wearing clothes? No, they're all naked.
The Klingons wear clothes.
Chewbacca has that little belt thing.
Yeah, Chewbacca had his dominatrix strap.
Yeah. In this style sci-fi, they nearly always wear clothes.
Yeah.
In like E.T. style or like War of the Worlds, they don't wear clothes.
Yeah. But he's humanoid, so I imagine they wear armor like in the army and stuff. He was a pilot though, so I figure just sitting there butt naked in ship. Who cares? Yeah.
He just got shot down onto an alien rock.
Yeah.
There's a dip.
Yeah. A little swim ski, you know.
Yeah. A little refresh.
I will say before he's even said a word, I'm locking in Lou Goss for the Kodo. I mean the body movement, the way he's kind of dancing and shit by the water, like, oh man, that's great.
He's a star, man. He's so good.
He's an alien. I don't even see him as like a human playing an alien. That's just an alien out there.
Like Snake mentions, this is the third movie of his, at least that we've watched, and he's been in. He's incredible each time. Totally different roles each time. This one is, I mean, this is really like, you know, this is out there because he's doing the whole accent thing with it, the way he talks. Like it's pretty.
I'm surprised.
It's pretty great what he did here.
That was this like costume and body movement intensive and shit. This is a weird role.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like I remembered it too. Like I said, with just him wearing. Like I said, I didn't remember nothing. So like I just remember him with the mat, like looking like a lizard or alien or whatever, but still talking normally. I didn't remember that he had this whole like culture and language, and they did all that kind of stuff with him. So like I was really taken back. Yeah, it's pretty great.
Quaid creeping around though, like he's Mac jumping across the stage in the play, right?
Yep, I've got the that's what I wrote was he watches like a creep and gets ready to shoot him, and I was like, I'm not gonna hit him at this distance with that gun. There's no fucking way. He's got zero. You just mentioned he's a pilot, so they just gave him this bullshit gun. So he thinks, oh, I'm gonna fucking ace this guy in the head from over here. Like, no, dude. Yeah. Like you'll be lucky to hit the ship from over there.
Yep.
We get him. We see his face for the first time when he does the pop up.
Insane.
He looks good, man. I think the face in particular looks awesome.
Oh yeah,
like it is a good 3 hours of makeup it was worthwhile.
Yeah, it's just very like because he like there's like a noise, and he just like pops up, and you get this like close up of his face. I'm like, holy shit! Like, it's like really detailed. Yeah, like it's not just
there's like pulsing things.
Yeah, like how like with I don't want to anger anybody, but like with
Got
Klingons,
crazy
and like Vulcans, they just give them like the pointy ears and like weird haircuts. You know what I mean? They don't really do much. This guy's like an alien. Like they really gave him everything. Yeah, I know. I deserve that one.
Shout out to the slave warriors from that season of Deep Space Nine, because they kind of have the same look.
Yep.
Nailed it.
Absolutely. He's still just watching the alien, by the way, for a while, and then it starts violently raining out of nowhere. And Quaid irrationally starts to drink the fucking water.
Yo, what are you doing? Don't drink that.
You fucking maniac.
Before that even happens, when Quaid, is macking across the rocks, right? And he gets up to a spot where he thinks maybe he's got that shot, right?
Yep.
That got a nice little angle on the alien.
And
he totally shits his pants, right? Drops the gun into the water, hides, and pulls out a butter knife.
Yes.
Right? Anybody see that? I don't know if you got a screenshot of that, but the knife he pulls out of his boot is only gonna butter bread.
Yep.
It's not gonna do anything else. I'll cut you white bread. It's not gonna do anything else. My
if Stallone
God.
had been on the set and they handed him this knife, he'd be like, "What is this? Get me one that's at least 10 times larger."
Yeah. I want a sword.
That's not a knife. But it was just, I watch it the night before, and I've seen that scene 3 times here in the last like 12, 13 hours, and it's just like when he pulls that knife out, it's just maybe the biggest laugh I have in the whole movie.
I feel like it was a surprise.
It's not going to do anything.
Because the Drax surprise attack the fortress, so he was probably just like on his way to the mess hall or something. So he just he's got his knife because he wants to get one of those rolls. And
it's Sunday night. It's roast beef night. They
gotta get there before the space balloon gets there. The white balloon.
Whoa!
I think he's using a tiny Bowie knife to butter his bread. He does seem like that kind of
a little
asshole.
David Bowie knife.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
Yep. We get the space rain. And we get. I just have an all caps note of space thunder.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
That's very very earthy. This planet.
My notes are terrible.
Crazy they found this location. Yeah. Like the move of you're on an alien planet. Like you can't drink the water in fucking Mexico. And you're on a planet, an entirely different planet ecosystem. Your first thought is, I'm just gonna drink this rainwater. It'll be totally fine.
Just a volcanic. It's gonna be like full of arsenic. And like mercury.
Like what the fuck are you doing?
Give me a 30-second scene where he realizes he doesn't have to keep. He's just out there with his 9mm. I'm hunting wabbits.
To back that up, we were told to just to brush our teeth with bottled water when we were just down there.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Like, saying, like, and that's your planet. You can't drink the water everywhere on your own planet. Just going into space drinking that, it's a bad idea. The alien too. I mean,
which always makes me question. What are you talking? What about the ice then? But that's
the ice too. Yeah, don't get ice when you're down there.
Yeah, no.
Well, you're just drinking everything fucking neat.
Yeah.
Or you're not even drinking it neat, just drinking it shot.
Getting beers.
Yeah.
There's some place you can ask
if
they use filtered water for the ice or not.
I think they do for the ice, but maybe not.
You should ask.
Let's go here.
Unless you want to risk it.
Yeah. Let's go here. Yeah.
The alien, by the way,
in the rain.
Before he goes to jump in the water, and before he does this crazy dance move.
Oh
before he jumps into the water. It's incredible.
Incredible.
I do that every time before I jump in the pool.
It's just the same. It's a normal routine.
Little arm wiggle.
Yeah. You gotta loosen up the limbs.
Every guy before they take a shower does that little wiggle in the mirror. You got to do a little helicopter in the mirror before you jump in the shower. For sure. Right?
Hey, you don't want to walk around down there, Snake.
Yep.
Ernest, Ernest does it. So
Jesus Christ. Quaid's strategy here is completely insane.
Absolutely.
Wow. He's a little dipshit.
Yeah.
This fucking moron set fire to the rain like fucking Adele. What are you doing?
Yeah. He gets the gasoline and pours it on the pool that he's swimming on, and then lights it up, and he's like, checkmate.
I got your ass.
Setting fire to water in a rainstorm. Good shit, man.
I know.
I'm pretty sure he
Oh,
screams,
shit.
"I got you, you mother!" By the way, when he does
I
it.
love how they got around stuff by saying mother instead of mother.
Yep.
Well, I think the other time it shows a long shot of him, and on the screen it says "burn sucker," but I'm pretty sure if you listen closely, he says "burn fucker."
Mm.
So
Yeah.
I think
Never
they
know.
did get
I'll
away
pay
from
I'll
it.
pay another $4.29 and look back at it. It's fine.
Yep.
Mm,
Yeah.
Look back at
yep.
Should be
Go
able to
ahead.
rewatch at least once before
Thank you.
29. You know?
But yeah, he burns the
Um,
water, and then like a
yeah.
bingo doesn't even think about it. Yeah, okay, I'll just run to the spaceship. Yeah, sure. You
Yep.
dipshit.
Yeah, the alien pops up and just watches Quaid just get shot trying to steal a gun like a complete bingo. Just runs up to it.
Immediately punished.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't
As
know.
soon as he touches the pod, he's
Yep.
foiled by green lightning out of
Comically
nowhere.
electrocuted.
Yeah.
Oh,
He's
he's like
is so good.
waving his head and arms around like he's a total bingo.
It's
Like-
my early
like-
nominee. It's my early nominee for best scene.
Oh
The
god.
green
this whole-
lightning
this
is
scene.
so funny.
This whole
Looks
sequence from dumping the fire and then just running and touching the ship and the way he's like, blah, 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 blah.
He looks like the
Joey
animation
Gatto.
from Street Fighter when Blanca fucking electrocutes you. So bad.
It's great. I love this scene. The alien dude is just
Just,
watching him like, the fuck is this guy doing?
How about
God.
second movie in a row, Sad White Guys in the Rain.
Yep, that's right. Yep. That's,
Sad voice in the rain,
Also,
baby.
yep.
Let's take a
Yeah.
list of the things that Dennis Quaid has done so far in this movie up to this point.
Irrational
has
thing.
Lost a fighter battle, which apparently is not normal.
Well, he shot somebody.
He
Well,
then
first he
loses his
he
head,
actually,
and
hey, Citrus, he shot that plane down and he just could have went back. You know, like that's the first thing he did. He just could have went right back. But he,
he
instead
then
was just
loses
being an
his
idiot.
head and
Yep.
manages to crash his plane into another plane at like
Yep.
5 feet apart somehow.
Yep.
Now they're both down.
Mhm.
He's then had the brilliant plan to attack and completely fuck up the enemy fighter by fire and water. It doesn't work. And
Yeah.
now he's captured after getting just completely owned
Bananas.
by
And
green
I
lightning.
think
Absolutely bananas.
So,
glossed over
as a
one
complete
thing.
picture, this guy is a complete failure. He's the worst
Yep.
fighter pilot in the Force.
And you
Yep.
glossed
One of the
over the
all-time
fact that he
worst.
got his entire crew killed.
Yep, he did kill his entire
He,
crew.
it's not
Yep,
just
Yeah,
that he
and-
lost
and
his
he-
ship, he
one.
lost the crew as well.
His
Yep.
like child soldier friend is dead as well. Yes.
Yep.
Yep.
There was like
Yeah.
5 people in that plane.
Yeah, it was
White
one-
balloons eating for one tonight. Who am I kidding?
Yep.
She's eating for two.
Yeah.
You son of a bitch. You
Nope.
better take
Oh,
Five.
Justice for Murchison.
Buffet night.
Yeah. We
Me-
get
when somebody goes back and add minuses your sad horns and points, it might be even in this episode.
I'm so happy that on Xbox I
Banging.
don't hear the soundboard. This is delightful for me.
You don't hear the
Nice.
sound on
Great.
Xbox?
Nope, I don't hear soundboard.
Oh, that's the saddest thing I've ever heard.
I feel like he does hear it. He's just like, nope, don't hear it.
Don't hear it. La 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 la.
Yep. We get Quaid demanding food from Toadface because he's hungry.
Yep.
Toadface
And
killer.
I love that he. Oh, good shit. And I love how he seems to know what Toadface means. He doesn't know shit, but as soon as he hears Toadface, he's like, "What'd you say?"
Same exact note, that I wrote. It's weird that they're
Seems like-
understanding each other somehow.
Well, do you
Seems
think
like
maybe
Lugoff
they've heard
speaks
that?
a bit of English.
Go ahead.
Mm.
The Queen's
You
English.
know, the language barrier at this section of the movie doesn't seem to be the biggest thing between a human and an alien race. So I think Lou's picked up a few words up to this
Sweet
point.
Lou.
You think that they've been fighting though? Like the two races have been fighting against each other long enough that like through prisoners and other things you've caught, like you've picked up some of that.
Oh, we'll talk
language?
about that.
I
Yeah.
don't know.
It's weird. Through the exposition, they didn't say how. I don't feel like unless I missed it, I didn't hear them say like we've been fighting
How
them for
long?
like 70 years or something like that. Yeah, they just mentioned that we're at war with some alien people, and like they don't mention anything else about it.
Well, spoiler alert. There's a point later
Water's
where
rights.
someone seems very surprised that Dennis Quaid knows how to speak Drac, and so
Yeah.
I'm gonna guess that it's very uncommon to really know anything.
Mhm.
Maybe
Yeah.
a word or a sound or something.
Speaking of Drac, my
Oh,
God.
boy. Oh,
Oh,
God.
dear.
Yeah.
This is,
Quaid-
this is
but this
everyone's
where-
weekly reminder to go follow Dracula's Kung Fu Theater.
Yep.
Yeah,
Jesus
that
Christ.
guy's a fucking legend though. Oh fuck.
We're recording.
the
We're not
program.
doing that shit unless we get a sponsor.
Oh, God.
I'll talk to him.
Yeah. Quaid understands what he's saying. I wrote here because Quaid understands what he's saying. I don't. So for one of the first times ever, I had to turn on subtitles.
Ooh.
And then wrote the note and find out he's just going da. That's all the subtitles would say.
Yeah,
and I was
subtitles
livid.
do not help you out.
Like, fuck you, subtitles. I finally turned to them in a moment of need, and all it would say is like alien trilling, just like alien language, and it's da. Like it wouldn't actually say. And I'm like, oh, thank you. You're literally not helping.
You motherfucker.
Yeah, I was so mad about it.
Zero.
He brings him some weird slimy like sausage to eat, and I'm like,
yeah.
I'm like, he
some
can't
people
eat
call it a sausage. Some people call it a sausage.
Yeah. I was thinking here that just like the water, you can't eat the food on the alien planet, and he does it. And I really have the note. He does it. Dude is a psycho in all caps. I'm like, what are you doing eating this food?
I mean, it's just green and slimy and on an alien volcanic planet. What's the worst that can happen?
And phallic-like. It's very phallic-like. Right?
Of the list of issues, the fact that it looks like a penis, kind of far down.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm dying. Well, I'm eating that.
Yeah, that's the least. I wouldn't be concerned with that. I'd just be like the greenness and the sliminess of it, and the fact that I feel like this guy's just trying to fuck with me by giving me this to eat.
The way he feeds him is pretty.
Yeah.
Baby bird.
This is pretty crazy. And then when he's chewing it,
callback,
like,
baby bird.
When he's chewing it, it looks like he wants to spit it out, because he is really super disgusted by it. But and then even as he's calling him Drac right now, Drac like says kind of the cough. He does like the cough, like spit out motion, and then Dennis just like really nuts up hard and says, "Fuck you! I'm just gonna eat it all," and swallows it.
It's the American spirit.
Pretty cool. Yeah, he rock flags eagles.
Don't tread on me.
Yeah, you goddamn right. Don't. Yeah. That's a no indication of anything of the people that wave the flag now. We're talking about 1776.
Exactly.
Yep. Go ahead.
Get an important disclaimer.
Yeah, we're not J6. We're 1776.
That's right. Quaid is up in the middle of the night, and a meteor shower hits, which I don't give them shit for like just fact there's just sparks going off. You know what I mean? Like whatever. I don't expect them to have like full massive explosions, but I think it's kind of cool the way they're running around and like scrambling. He's like got to help him up all of a sudden. He's screaming at Drac to cut him loose so he can get out of there. He's got him like outside, I believe.
I give
that
them
looked like for this. That was at least better though. I thought the meteors looked better than most of the other scenes before that.
I said the practical stuff once they got to the planet wasn't too bad at all. It's just, but then at one scene he looks up in his space. I'm like, oh, there it is. I'm like, there's the awful effects again.
The space department was not good. The practical department, very good, I thought.
Yeah, they did a pretty good job with it. He gets into the cave.
I will say real quick though that even though the meteors themselves like did look pretty good, I very briefly was distracted by the fact that somehow this place has a strong enough atmosphere, or an atmosphere to some extent, because they've got oxygen, but seemingly no way to break up these meteors. Like they wouldn't, like they're like tiny little rocks. They're not like meteors.
Oh, you should have seen how big they were when they hit the atmosphere.
That's right.
I guess
they got shredded.
You must be correct.
They got blown up like they got blown up like the co-pilot's face mask.
Okay. All right. Withdrawn.
Yeah, but he wakes up in the cave. Quaid gets up and steals the knife from Drac, but doesn't kill him. Instead, he leaves. He finds and eats more random alien food, and I've had enough of him doing this. At this point, I mean, your insides are going to literally like melt, and you're going to die in like a week because you keep eating random green things that you find.
Well, you should have seen what they were feeding him in the military. This is an upgrade.
Yeah, that's fair. He's trying to communicate with Jerry that they need to move and also teach him English. Gossett, by the way, this is where I wrote the note also that he's killing it.
Oh my God,
Gossett is doing incredible.
Is this where we learn that his name is Jerry?
Yep. Yeah, they have Gossett a few times, and then I have Jerry, like in like 2 lines here. So yeah, we find out very quickly his name's Jerry.
I mean, what luck, right? Like,
yep.
I would have loved to see Dennis Quaid this entire movie just yelling out like, "Come over here!"
Yeah. Using the alien, like I'm not gonna call you Jerry.
Yeah, it would have been better if he decided, "All right, fuck this, I'm calling you Jerry."
Yeah. Yep.
There's this great moment where Lou Gossett is just laughing his ass off at managing to figure out how to call Dennis Quaid ugly. And he's just having the time of his life.
Yep.
And it's just like, oh my god. What a talent on Lou Gossett.
They call it like a big ugly head or something like that.
Yeah, and he's just
like,
cracking up.
He's like putting his own,
Like,
he's like, my head,
I
you
owned
big
you.
ugly head. He's fucking boom, roasted. Yeah, he's doing a great job the whole time, just fucking making fun of him. And I like that when he finally makes him like agree to like do stuff, he makes Quaid carry everything.
He's doing all the work.
Yep.
Somewhere in here also, this is a killer scene nominee for me. Lou Gossett, Alien singing Midnight Special. So I don't know how he managed this, but he somehow manages to combine his like clicking, hissing alien speech with "In the Midnight Special."
Yep.
Shine a light on me.
In the Midnight Special.
It's just like a few second little clip, but I was rolling.
Yeah. Yeah, he's doing great. It's so incredible.
That's a very high contender for my best scene.
Yeah.
It's so good.
That just blew my absolute mind when that scene cuts. It's just a wide shot, you know, and here comes Quaid pulling every single thing that they have. And he's singing, you know, he's
just hanging out.
So yeah, and then there's Drac, you know, doing his thing too. I love that scene as well. Good call.
Yeah. We get a really good line in here too.
Also,
where he tells
it's good that I don't know what year, it never tells us what year it is. Sorry, but it's good that CCR is still rocking hard. Right? It's always good to know that somewhere, someplace, that CCR is being listened to.
You think an American in space wouldn't have CCR?
Come on, get out of here.
That's America's main export in the late 21st century.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, just CCR tapes.
Yeah, John Fogerty and Creedence Clearwater Revival.
Yeah,
awesome.
He's on the $1 bill, just Fogerty.
Space Lord.
I wish he was on. I wish they had a band picture on one of the legal tenders. That'd be great. Hey, Optimus, get on that.
You haven't seen the $5 bill in
Abraham Lincoln Park?
Ooh, damn, that's a good one. Shit. Good job.
I thought you were gonna say the Jackson 5.
Oh boy,
the Jackson $5 bill.
Mother.
Yeah, I have heard of that one as well.
Anywho, I really appreciate that.
$5 bill.
The Blink 182 cents. Okay, that's enough. I'm done.
And we're off the rails. I loved how Drac picked up the phrase "not solid." Like that's a phrase that gets said so often. He's like, you know what, not solid. Not
we get
solid. Shit.
Before he said not solid, he said
shit.
Yeah, we get the line before that where Quaid tells him, next time stick the knife right up your kazoo if you have one, which is the great line that he delivers to him. And then at some point he tells him, "Write and tell my mother, you big frog." Whatever he's arguing with about Jerry, it's like, what is he saying? Such a weird turn of phrase for like somebody in the future. He's trying to convince Jerry that to work together. Jerry just told him, "Yeah, fine, do it yourself." I wrote the note too. I'm like, he built a pretty solid shelter, all things considered. And then just have the note in quotes, shit.
It did not look like a good shelter, and I loved that it just like gave a little kick and the whole thing collapses.
It's perfect. The way he's like, Jerry's like, "What are you talking about? It's really solid." He walks over, just lightly tapples him, the whole fucking thing collapses on him.
And this is not the first time that the thought crosses my mind. Surely there's caves on this planet that they could go live in.
Yeah,
more on that later.
They were already in one before. When they escaped the meteor shower, they already found a cave.
There's no meteor showers in caves, you guys.
You know what I mean?
Anyway, Dennis Quaid's an idiot, so.
Like, there was a meteor shower. You escaped to a cave and thought, "I'll build a house."
Yeah.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Like, building it right out in the middle of the open is like the biggest hazard on this planet is the like daily meteor showers. Anyway, not going to stay in the cave. Here's a nice clearing, nice and open. This looks like a great spot.
Exactly. Pretty close to the pond. You get some water from the property, you know?
When he says shit, though, it's amazing.
Oh, it's perfect.
Shit.
Like he pretty much locked in like best performance the second he showed up.
Oh yeah.
The second he popped out of the water, he locked it in. Like he's doing so good.
Oh yeah.
Shit. Yeah, I love the we get the scene where he's kind of like pointing at his feet and like saying left foot and right foot, and he's kind of just going over all the stuff, going over the different words that he's learned in English, and that's where we get him calling him "you ugly head." He's like, this my head, you ugly head. And he's fucking loving. He's just roasting him, and he's having a great time by himself. Just making fun of Dennis Quaid.
Every time he figures out how to like just roast the fuck out of Dennis Quaid.
Yeah.
Jerry's just like, oh my god, this is great.
Yeah.
This is all I want to do.
Until we get this is where I believe they start arguing about Mickey Mouse.
Oh, this is great.
And wasn't Shitmar? They called him Shitmar. Bars.
Yep. Is Mickey Mouse? This Mickey Mouse, is he a great Earthman teacher?
Yes. Quaid's just laughing.
Yeah,
Like,
sort of.
Stupid alien.
Yeah. Quaid's looking
Mouse.
increasingly more fucking wild man, though, right?
Yeah. It goes on pretty
great.
Quickly. Yeah.
There's a shot. I might be a little soon where he's walking around with all like the junk, strapped to him.
Yep.
He just looks like a half-blind moonshiner. He just looks fucking insane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Going down to the holla.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
We get to a point here where I'm starting to get a little bit confused about the timeline of like how long they've been there.
Yeah,
I'm starting to get to a spot where I'm like, how long have they been there that this guy basically picked up all of English? Then you're like, what, 3 months, 6 months? Meanwhile,
if you look at
Quaid's sitting there talking in Drac like me after Duolingo.
Yeah,
exactly.
That's right.
Yeah, I'm glad
Quaid
you mentioned it because that was what I was going to say was about how like there's never any mention of time, like how long we've been at war, how long is he on the planet for, like how long is he out for? He even says himself, he's like, I don't know how long he's out for. Like there's no semblance of time, and like you said, like he looks like he looks like a baby basically. The movie starts, all clean shaven, the high and tight,
Yep.
And then like flash forward a scene or two, and he's got the long hair and the beard's going on. I'm like, all right, he's been there for a while at least.
Yeah.
So he's here to grow that long. Like he had a military cut. That's going to take a while to fully get that long. But there's no like mention of at all of time. Like it's crazy.
Well,
There's,
in their defense, because I'm now the science expert, they don't know the rotational speed of this planet they're on.
Oh boy.
And so the day-night cycle could be any
Let me try these
time.
mute functions real quick. Hold on.
up your ass.
Yeah.
I was gonna say that Dennis Quaid is like me. He never shuts up. Right? He's constantly talking the whole time. And I understand we don't know the time, but all Jerry's doing is just sitting back and listening the whole time. Right? That's the whole thing. He never talks. So he just listening to Quaid ramble the entire time while he's building that house. The entire time he's listening to him sing the entire CCR greatest hits as they're walking across the valley, So I think he just slowly's picking up stuff, and he seems like he's a pretty smart person.
Immersion training or whatever.
Yeah, it's just like that movie, The 13th Warrior, with Banderas, where eventually he just picks
I love that movie.
Right?
Wow.
He doesn't talk. He just listens to him around the fire every night.
He tells me, how'd you learn our language? Like I listened.
Yeah, right. So that's what it kind of reminded me of a little bit. Is that so? Yeah.
Well, Lou did have a few words to say because my next note now in all caps is Shitma.
Yeah.
Shitma.
Yep.
It's not great.
Yeah.
It's great.
Well,
what are you talking about? It is great.
It's not great.
Yeah.
If it's coming from Lou, it's great.
Do you have the trivia, JC? Do you have trivia on that, on the way he spoke and everything? Did you have anything on that?
No, I skipped over it a bit. Does he have some
but apparently, no. I looked like this for a couple things because I thought some stuff was interesting in the movie. But apparently, Lou could always talk like that since he was a little kid. He had a way of talking with spit in his mouth, and he could. And that was half the reason he got the role, apparently, is that he could make these sounds with the spit in his mouth. So it's, it was the way that Lou could actually do it himself. It was all him.
No, that was clear.
He impressed those casting
but it was
directors
just like
by performing monologues with Check's notes spit in his mouth.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was just
I
some
was
weird,
thinking it.
just some weirdy quirk thing that he had since he was a little kid, that he could do this like little thing like this. So like I thought that was pretty cool. I thought Lou sounded amazing the whole time.
Yeah, it sounds really, like I said, he was very, I didn't remember at all
He
that he was
sounded like
this
an alien, like you said.
Yeah,
It seemed like an alien.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
crazy. He did a good job,
Considering
I
the
thought.
like thousands of hours of Star Trek episodes they made with like a new
Mhm.
alien in each one, basically none of them are even close to as good as Lou is in this movie.
No, not
Like
at all.
Lou is nailing it.
Yeah,
Yep.
he's very much an alien. Yeah, it's great. This is where Jerry thinks they could get rescued for sure.
Yep.
And they argue over Shismar and Mickey Mouse. Is where they have the argument
Yep.
over which one's great, and he makes fun of Mickey Mouse, and Quaid gets pissed off about it for some reason.
Doesn't Quaid say something
it looks
about
like Quaid's
we'd
about to
have a
laugh.
we'd have a better chance of getting picked up by a Greyhound bus? He said
Yeah.
something like that to
Yep.
him too.
Yeah.
I thought was pretty funny.
Yep.
Because
When
a
he
lot of
says
these
it, too,
references
I love
are
the
like,
look of
if this is
confusion on Lou Goss.
Yep.
He's just
Yeah.
like, a what? Like,
Yeah.
yeah, like how far in the future, like you said, we've about time and stuff, like, is this in the future? Where's it at? Because they're still listening to CCR and riding Greyhound buses,
Yeah.
but
I mean,
they're
the
also
voiceover.
have these kind of they
Yeah.
also have these kind of spaceships too.
Yeah,
you
it's
know?
crazy. Yeah,
I didn't even
because
think
he
about
says
that.
like it says at the start that the late 21st century is when humans came together and started going into space. So I figure it's the 22nd century probably, right?
Yeah.
So like, yeah, Credence is still going like 300 years later.
And so is
Timeless,
Greyhound.
man.
That's awesome. Yeah,
It's like
Greyhound's
Mozart.
keeping it going. Greyhound was
Yep.
real optimistic in 1985.
Yeah.
Like buses are never going to go out of style, dude. Don't worry. People will always need a Greyhound.
Yeah. Fucking A.
The Jerry, where was there, walk around, Quaid falls into the tentacle hole, and this alien tentacle thing just starts
Yep.
shredding his leg.
Oh,
Immediately.
man.
Shit.
I called this the low rent Sarlacc pit.
Mhm.
Yes,
Yep.
same note.
Yes.
I thought they're gonna have to take the leg off. I mean,
Oh,
that
me too.
tentacle was really working that leg.
Oh,
Yeah.
I wanted
Yep.
it off so bad.
I
Peg
thought when he was
leg.
going to pull him that he's going to like be hopping around the rest of the movie
Yeah.
because it
Working
just
that
like
leg like
shreds his leg.
working that leg like he was
Oh.
Ric Flair.
Yep,
There you go.
that's right. Yeah. Yeah, Jerry's coming to the rescue
Great
as he
fucking
hears him screaming. Yeah, Jerry one shots the tentacle, by the way.
Fuck.
Which
Oh,
rises-
God.
Yeah, he just
The
immediately
Drax
comes
give
in.
their pilots actual weapons. As
Yep.
opposed to
There we
toy
go.
weapons.
Ineffective.
So he's
gun
got
that
like a
he can
laser
use for
gun.
things. Yeah. And he
I'd
just
like to,
walks in and calmly blasts it. It's great.
Hey, I'd like to amend your note there that you said he one shots. He one shot no scopes.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
That's
Absolutely.
in today's talks, he just
Yeah. And he just pulls up and blasts it, and it's good. But then the
Oh,
massive
fucking
head
amazing.
rises up out of the hole.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Scary as a kid. Scary when I was a kid, man.
Yeah, and Jerry puts a few blasts into it, and it goes away.
Woo!
Quaid now builds him a new house out of the shells that he has. Jerry's still not helping, not having it. He's just hanging out, watching him work. It's great. Quaid asks to be taught to do alien language. Jerry gives him a tiny book,
He's
which
Well, hang
seems
on.
to get more pages every time they show it.
No, hang
Quaid's
on.
kind of Jerry's bitch.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
We get to hear that
Mhm.
this term that Lou has been tossing around, Shizva, is actually the great teacher, Shizva.
That's right. That's right.
And this is they call it a Talmud, which is
Yep.
an interesting
Oh.
term to use for it, but technically correct. Which is like a little like religious book that the alien has. And
Mhm.
I love that the time that he breaks through to the alien is like, so do you want to tell me about your religion? And
Yeah.
Let me talk to you all about it.
Yep.
he's like, oh, I would love to tell you about my religion.
Yeah, I have the note later that he
That's when
found
he gets
space
off his
heaters.
ass and starts to help.
Yeah. Yeah, they finally
Yeah.
start talking about the religion, and Jerry comes around. Quaid
I
gets up
thought
in
it
the middle
was
of
a
the night.
really
Wait.
Hey,
So
I think it's a really good moment after he saves him from the pit, right? And Quaid's sitting there with that messed up ankle, and Jerry, our guy Jerry, is healing him. I think he's cauterizing everything, right?
Yep.
Cauterizing those wounds, and he's telling him about, I needed to save your ugly face, and he's like, "Do you think humans are still ugly? Yes, you're still ugly, but you're not as ugly as that." And it's like, I think
Mhm.
that's like it's a good moment. It's a first moment where, like you said, there's the religious moment too, like that moment, but they start to kind of come together as pals, right?
Yeah.
Instead of just
Yeah,
being
a lot of
enemies,
some banter
instead of
from Jerry.
frenemies, they're more frenemies, right?
Yeah.
And now they're actually becoming like they're guys being dudes, right?
Yeah.
They're starting to
Guys being dudes.
Becoming Confederates.
really starting to you're Confederate to your lover.
Yep.
That was one of the all-time lines. You got to go back and clip that, whatever movie that was from.
That's right, man. Yeah.
Yep. Go ahead.
And it's because like in this next scene, like Jerry says that they have to sing the religion stuff, and he just starts to growl. And Quaid, there is tension as he's just staring at him sing. There's so much tension from Quaid as he's looking at him the entire time, and Jerry's just sitting there growling. It's crazy.
With that sun in the background, you mean?
Yep.
Yeah, and he's got full blown Jesus hair as he's learning.
Yes, he does.
And the
yes,
sunset.
He does.
And I had been keeping track of the beard length at this point because it was like kind of like I don't know what the passage of time is here.
He looks so fucking
and the
sexy.
beard arrives at the Jesus point.
Yep.
I'm like,
we get there
great.
very quickly.
And the religion is basically Space Gandhi. This is very 1985.
Yeah. We get the.
He looks. Can I just put on record that Quaid looks real fucking sexy when they're up on top of that hill with the sunset in the background.
Quaid looks great in this movie.
Oh,
he usually does. Still looks great, I think.
Kind of has a Harrison Ford /
bashing his son over the head with a plate. Looks tremendous.
Future pick. We get more meteors and the race back to the house.
To each other, all sexy on top of that hill.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying there's a lot of tension in this movie.
There's a lot of tension. From this point on, every scene is pretty intimate, pretty much.
Oh, there are a couple now. As soon as he has found the religion of Space Gandhi, he's in. The door is open.
He's gone. Can I say this?
Mood,
I think this phrase is okay, but he's gone native, right? Quaid's gone native.
I went full snake. There's a set of 3 notes where I have. They had to bang one out during all this time, right? Then this motherfucker hit him with "do unto others" in Drac language, and then I assume blew him.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Great job.
Oh, yeah.
That's
like I said, they're a couple.
Have them do unto you.
There you go. 69
You don't want to walk around down there, Snake.
Be fucked.
Yeah, when they get back in the shelter, by the way, after the meteor shower, they start to fight on the ground, and Quaid starts choking them out while they're rumbling in there, trying to kill each other after arguing space politics and manifest destiny. It's pretty much.
But do you think the tension has hit the all time there where they were? I think Optimus is right. I think they were about to fuck on that hill.
About.
I don't love my allies.
What do you mean about?
No, Citrus, wait. They were about to fuck, but then the meteor shower hit. And they were so horny and worked up that when they got back in that shelter, the only thing they could do was fight.
Yeah, sexual tension.
They knew the moment was gone.
It's like Keith David and Rowdy Piper.
Was gone.
There you go. Got it. Exactly. They're still fighting in that alley.
Yeah.
It's time to learn about the great teacher Shiva is after you've worked one out on a cliff by the sunset. And
Quaid
they're stuck on this planet for months with nothing to do. So, they've been up there all day, as it were. But I will say, it doesn't sound like Dennis Quaid has been paying attention to any of this religious stuff he's supposed to be converting to, because it's like very non-violent, and then he immediately tries to strangle the other guy after being like, "Yeah, man, that's awesome. Peace is great. Now let me strangle you to death nearly."
Like everyone else who's ever started going to church to try to bang somebody, like.
Yep.
Yeah,
that's the lane then.
After they fight, we get Jerry basically saying that he's going to go and try to find help. Like, I don't know what you imagine you'll find. Like, you're on an alien planet. Like, I don't. That was like from the synopsis and from the voiceover. This is like an uninhabited planet. Like, nobody settled this planet. So why would you assume that anyone would be there at all?
I'm actually really proud of myself with this note where I have, quote, I'm waiting for the Shyamalan twist. Space Detroit.
Yep.
Although autocorrect put But Shyamalan made it Shanahan, which
Nice, yeah. Shanahan.
Oh dear.
The classic Shanahan twist.
You're gonna blow up.
Shanahan
You're gonna
twist where
blow
they
it.
blow the whole movie.
Yep.
Yeah, blow a double figure lead in the second half.
They
I
go
mean,
to, they
that's
go to
also
get, they go to get rescued and
also
shit.
an M Night twist. That's kind of
That's
the same.
true. I'll buy
Yeah.
that.
And I wrote here because he promises to come back for Jerry. And as he leaves, I'm like, how do you not hit him with "see you later" alligator? I'm like, it's right there. It is. You've been calling him Toadface and stuff this whole time. Like, it's right there. It's just, it's begging.
That's on the cutting room floor, along with the scene of the great white whale on the space station.
Yeah. White balloon, shout out. We get, as Quaid's walking away, we get a shot of Jerry crying. Got some tears going. So obviously, they definitely have fucked by now. The scene of Quaid, we get one of these, like I was saying, how it's very classic 70s sci-fi. We get Quaid just kind of walking through the desert, and this is very Moses. This is like Charlton Heston in 10 Commandments type shit. The way he's walking, the way he looks, I'm like, he's literally looks like Moses.
My people go.
Arrow.
So as his hair gets longer, he goes from Jesus to Moses, which I think is very funny.
Yeah.
He's got a holy book around his neck. Like, let's lean into it.
Yeah. You gotta find humans to spread the good word.
Moses walking through the desert carrying the good word.
Yep. He finds a lava pit.
It's literally called a Talmud.
Yeah, right. Like, you say Space Gandhi, but they might be Space Judaism.
Yep.
That's a can of worms you don't want to get into, Cherry. We've talked about this.
Yeah. That's for a different podcast. That's for a different podcast to handle.
Yeah. As he's at the lava, he hears some random sound, so he runs after it. And I wrote, Quaid finds a Pepsi. Its face.
No, he doesn't. He finds a space Pepsi.
He finds Space Detroit, and I feel so redeemed.
Yep. Yeah. He's with a litter. He comes in. He goes into space and he finds litter. And I'm hoping he'll find like a Schlitz in there somewhere.
Humans have been there, of course.
That's like realistic, right? If you're looking for something, the first thing you find is trash.
Yep. Always.
Yep. Yeah. That's all he knows, humans. Yeah. And he realizes he found some core samples, so people have definitely been here before. And then he finds some dead Drax. Realizes it was scavengers. And this is where I find out his name is Will, and I don't care. Whatever, he's Quaid.
Yeah. In the corner you find the charred bodies of Whitman, Price, and Haddad.
Last season's winners.
Hawaii.
Yep.
They got sent here.
Yep.
Damn right.
Holy shit.
Yeah, he struggles with the scavengers thing, and he's going to tell Jerry about this. I'm like, why do you have to tell him at all? Who gives a shit?
You don't tell him anything, you moron.
Yeah. And then I just have a note that says, Jerry is pregnant, lock it in.
Similar note where he's pregnant and Dennis is the father.
Yep.
I'm sad I got there slower than all of you, but I got there eventually.
Yeah, because I wrote right after that is they definitely fucked, and Quaid thinks it's his, and that's why he's staring at him like, what?
That's exactly
what do you mean?
He says, don't look at me. Like,
yeah. Who else have you been with? Look at the look that he's
been.
Jerry.
Yep.
Had some real acting chops here when Lou Gossett tells him, I'm pregnant and you're the father. That he's like, oh man, what's happening? And can I take my eyeballs out of my face now?
Yeah.
There you go. Definitely eye gouging.
Yep.
Oh God, my eye gouger comes very soon, but not quite there.
Yeah, no, there's a stronger point later.
Citrus, you're the screenshot man. Do you have a screenshot of Dennis Quaid looking like Space Moses up there with the green smoke behind him as he's going back to tell Drac about what happened?
Very sadly, when I rented this on Amazon, they did not let me do screenshots, which I learned when I tried to take a screenshot of Dennis looking constipated in the fighter plane at the beginning.
Hope you enjoy your black screen.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was black. I'll have to figure something else out.
There's a great shot of him here I'm just at where he just is wandering across the desert with the smoke behind him with the long hair and the beard out of control.
There's some good shots in this. The setting, I think, right, Iceland. It's a cool setting.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's before. That's That's before he's back, but he's back now.
Yeah, he
Pregnant.
doesn't tell Jerry about the scavengers. Naturally, doesn't want to upset him and the baby.
Nothing was out
Yeah. Cut to Jerry making some baby clothes because he knows that Zombies is coming, and Jerry's just sewing happily. Like it's also again like he's fucking killing it, Gossett. The way he was at the beginning, now like once he's pregnant, the way he completely changes, and becomes very like motherly, and it's just like
He's
you
got
know what I
that
mean.
glow.
Like it's incredible the acting
Glow.
he's doing in this, man.
It
It's so
is
good.
So good.
Yeah, like he's genuinely
transition
incredible.
to happily pregnant mom dad.
Yep, it's nuts. It's wild. I love what he's done here.
He is, like I said, he's a star. Stallone could never reach these heights.
Nope. Yeah, he knows
Could
Amos is
you
coming.
imagine? Oh my God! Could you imagine Stallone trying to talk in that Drac language?
No, it'd be awful.
It wouldn't
Stallone's in
work.
this.
I mean, although you can argue his default kind of delivery is kind of on par.
Yeah.
It might work.
Yeah, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, it might work. Actually, what'd you say?
Get Stallone making baby clothes.
Yeah, we might be onto something there,
Yes.
Citrus. Actually, even Arnold might work.
Stallone
yo.
fucking ham
Oh, Arnold
those
could do it.
knitting needles.
Arnold's got chops.
Yeah, fuck. Okay, I was thinking. One thing I was thinking was like walking. Like, how would walking be as that alien?
This is the literally awful movie if Christopher Walken's in it in either role.
It's a terrible
As
fucking
soon as
movie.
This movie sucks if Christopher Walken's in it.
Oh,
Real
it's
bad.
really bad.
It's
Yeah,
a really
no,
bad movie.
He would
Yeah,
stink it up.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead though. He's making.
He would look
Sammy.
wild. He would
I
look like a
love
crazy person.
alien
bro.
Christopher Walken now. Grr.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shizma.
That's the only reason is because the delivery of some of the stuff would just been insane, right?
Yeah.
And he would have said,
Be ridiculous.
"Shizma."
Yeah.
Like some
Yeah.
I want it.
cool stuff.
I want it so
Yeah.
bad now.
It would've been insane.
My imagination's starting to run wild.
Yep. You gotta do the
Yeah.
growl singing too. It'd be great.
You've
Yeah,
got
it
to
would've
read
been
the
nuts.
Space Talmud.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would have been absolutely nuts.
Yep. Pregnant walking. Just kidding. You have to open me up.
Pregnant walking. Oh shit!
I'm pregnant.
All right.
God. Yep.
It's snowing. How about that?
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
Fire.
You get the,
Snowing in the
bluff.
fire.
Yeah, they're sleeping,
Nice.
and the ground opens up as they're sleeping, and the tentacle monster's back.
Oh,
This time
man, this scene was great.
Before it does, I wrote, if it grabs Jerry, it's a twofer. It's got, it's,
True.
get him
Double
and
homicide.
Yeah.
Yep.
He grabs
Mm.
Jerry around the neck and rises up from the ground right away, which I immediately thought about Quaid's leg, and I was like, Jerry's neck has to be a mess right now, doesn't it?
Well,
Like,
he's an
his
alien.
neck's-
He's got a little. That's a little leathery skin he's got on the outside.
Yeah, it's that
You know, he's got a little,
That's fair.
little protection.
Yeah. Quaid had made his co-pilot into like a neckerchief. He'd been fine too.
You've been fine.
Yep.
Joey's
Yeah.
over there
Yeah.
right now.
Yep.
Leather neck.
Yeah.
Leather neck.
Yeah, it rises up. Quaid grabs a handful of coal, basically, and like the embers from the fire, and just dumps it into the thing's mouth,
Pocket
which is
like
a
a
great
blob.
move.
Yep.
It's a
Bare hand.
great move.
Yep.
Just bare hands and dumps a ton of it right into there. It's pretty great. It's a good move by
Slam
him.
dunks it.
Yep.
Good thing he wasn't. Good thing he wasn't. I don't know who's a shitty shooter. That's the center. Damn it. It's dead.
Andre Drummond.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, Ben Wallace. Ben Wallace on
side.
the circle.
Whoa, there we go.
They couldn't have said Chris Dudley. That's an outdated reference because that was the first thing that came in
Duds.
my head.
I mean, it
Yeah.
would have been great.
But that was the first one. I was like, God, who knows Chris Dudley?
But
Go ahead.
that's the point of your references. The JC laughs, and we all are a little
Yeah,
confused.
like, what?
and- yeah.
Mason
You're not
Plumlee.
getting it for most of us. There you go.
There you go.
It's a
Plum dog.
There we
Plums.
go.
Yeah. I'm dog millionaire.
Millionaire.
There you go.
Yeah. Yeah. it's
Mitchell
even
Robinson.
Mm.
better. Oh, there we go. So yeah,
Yeah.
he fucking he shits in that thing's mouth.
Yep. No, that's a different movie. They run out of the house. The tree destroys it after he throws a fire in there, which I would have
Yeah.
thought would be more sturdy because I assume they're like, oh, like, you know, this thing was built to like withstand the meteors. I thought that's why they run into it, and it doesn't handle the tree well. So the tree just
Well, it just
immediately
got
obliterates it.
undermined by the tentacle
Yep.
monster.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
So
fair.
it's uneven ground. It's gonna fall in.
That's true.
As the trees fell down too, I kind of took them as fossilized almost. like petrified.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it was like a big rock almost falling down rather than a tree anymore.
It
The way
seems,
this
even though there's
place was.
atmosphere, the planet seems very like early stages of development almost, because there's all the lava everywhere and like real violent thunderstorms, all the meteor showers, it's all rocks and shit. Like you said, there's no foliage anywhere. So it's just tree stumps. Just fall over.
Violent.
Another they go find shelter in a cage in a cave.
Yep.
They find Nick Cage and crawl into his mouth.
It's not his castle, and they stay there for a couple weeks.
They find a cave, which is like there's a cave right here, and he didn't use it. Another point of evidence is the tentacle monster could not come up through the floor of the rock cave. Why were they not in this cave?
Yeah.
I didn't think they didn't think the tentacle monster's smarter than what we even thought. Would you have thought that fucker would have moved that far? I mean, he's pretty smart.
Cave. You have a cave, you can build a door instead with the shells.
Yeah, fair enough though. That's a good point. That's a good point, Citrus. Yeah.
The cave is really underutilized in this because it would have made their lives a bit easier. Jerry's blind somehow, by the way. I don't know what happened.
All of their main issues were like having to do with building their house in the middle of a clearing. This would have solved everything.
To be fair, that was only Quaid's problem. That's why Jerry didn't give a shit about the cave. He's like, I'm not building. I don't care what the fuck he does. If you want to build something, go ahead. I might stay in the cave.
Not solid.
Not solid shit.
Yep.
Yeah, he's blind, whatever. They make to wear the shelter. We get some family history. They go over Quaid's history. Yeah, we get some shout out to Carl and Dolores. As you mentioned, his parents.
I think this is up. I think I got and when we get there, but this is one of my favorite scenes of the movie was when they were telling each other, like you didn't get to hear all of it, but he's like telling them about his family history. I thought that was pretty cool.
It's an interesting bonding thing they're doing because you can tell that like the family history is really important with Drac and Jerry, like his culture and like where he comes from. So like him getting the information from Jerry really like to him like solidifies their bond. Like, hey, we're sharing our family history. Like this is real shit, man. Like this is very much like they're bonding. Like all the taglines, like I'm talking about soulmates and shit, like and brothers. Like this is where like all that starts to happen. I feel like so. Like I agree. I like this scene a lot. I think it's pretty cool. He mentions grandma and grandpa.
Yeah.
Like in their jobs and stuff. Like pretty great.
Jerry, since they're having a kid together, he wants to know about the in-laws.
Yeah, damn right.
Yeah, what am I getting into?
Yeah, what's your lineage?
Grandpa, who may have been a farmer. That's what he is. I love that line.
What's your lineage? Here, I'll give you two generations of my lineage. Meanwhile, Jerry's going to give you 170.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Well, because the Drax, like I said, he explains that they got the
it just makes such a
six
weird
names, or the 6 names or whatever, the 5 names. You just kind of rotate them, so you can always go back. You know exactly who came before you in the exact order. Like I think that's pretty interesting the way they do that.
Larger point, they do a good job of like building up the alien culture to be like a real sort of thing, as opposed to just being like, sometimes this stuff is like, ooh, they're aliens and they're weird, but they're also just humans and exactly like humans.
Yep. Like in Star Wars, everybody speaks English. Everyone just speaks English.
There's actual
here they've got all these like cultural things and like it's actually different. It's not just like you said was like the Vulcans are just like humans with pointy ears and nothing else is different.
Yeah, exactly. And they don't smile. Okay.
Yeah.
So the little thug, I got it. We get, where was I over here? No, it's Quaid says I see Carl and Dolores, so I found my place. Jerry's finally lying down. And like I said, this is all I ever remember from the movie for some reason, which is crazy when you consider the stuff that's already happening, him being pregnant, like all this shit. Like, and I remember none of that.
Me either.
So when he got back and he's pregnant, I was very like, what the fuck? What just happened? So, yeah, and then we get zombies coming finally.
Also, I thought
that happened very quickly.
When I was a kid, like remembering back on the movie as I watched, I always thought they were in a cave the entire time. I didn't ever realize that they built. I could never remember that they built that shelter first.
Yeah, this is the only impression that I ever had was him laying down. That's why I thought that, like, I always thought that Jerry got hurt in the crash.
Yep.
And
Same
Quaid
here.
is like somehow nursing him. That was the impression I've had for this movie for 30 years. I've been totally wrong about it. This movie
White
is not
privilege.
bad.
We were given that white privilege to
Yep,
Cage.
exactly.
To fucking
Yeah.
Quaid. Excuse me.
We'll
Yeah,
get
son
to
of a
Cage
bitch.
later.
How
Yeah.
old is Nick Cage
Yeah,
in
we will.
1985? Let's find out.
He's old enough to be in here somewhere. He could have been the co-pilot with Nurse Murchison.
He'd be 21 in 85. Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
perfect. Yeah,
God.
perfect age for this.
Prime fucking
Snorting.
Nick Cage.
Yeah.
How much coke was he snorting in 1985?
Oh,
Yeah.
they called him Nick Cocola.
Wait,
Yeah.
are you asking per day or per
Hold
week?
on. I gotta mute somebody's mic. Hold on.
Yep. We get
you, Jerry.
yeah, we get Quaid's learning from Jerry that he's got to take zombies to the home planet because he's got to go before the council and recite the family history. Which, again, mid-war, this does not feel like a good idea.
Didn't sign up for any of this.
For a human to show up at an alien planet that you're at war with just a baby, with no explanation, like, hey guys,
just
found
the
this.
in-laws' house for Thanksgiving.
Yeah. This belonged to you. Found him outside.
Yeah.
Like,
Hey, here's this
really bad
baby.
planning.
All righty then. You know, you got to start speaking in whatever language they have on that song. It's like, oh shit, I'm dead.
Yeah. Jerry tells Quaid that he now has to get in his guts to get zombies out. He's got to open me up. Yeah.
God, open me up. It's so good. You must open me.
Yep. Oh God.
Holy
so
shit.
Such a great, just like Quaid's like, what?
Guys being dudes.
Because you can tell that Quaid, even the whole time, probably up until that moment, is like, wait a second. So, like, you're pregnant, so it's going to come out of something, right? Like, you have some, assuming like you're going to lay an egg or something. I don't know what it is, but something normal is going to happen. He's like, no, you got to open my body up. You're going to have to C-section this thing.
Well, and earlier Lou Gossett seems to be like, whenever he explains that he's pregnant and stuff, he seems very chill. He's like, I don't know, it'll just kind of happen. Like, it's not a big deal.
Yeah.
Like, the baby will just kind of come out. And then when
he's giving him nothing.
time for the baby, he's like, something's wrong. You gotta fucking get inside me. You gotta get this thing
Yep.
out.
Yeah.
So,
D-section
before he gets, C-sectioned while being alive, which was a little disappointing. I would have liked to see the live action version of that. But this is the point of the movie when Dennis Quaid is ready to tear his own eyeballs straight out of his head.
Hey, me too.
It's really, this is the high point of the movie because Dennis is saying, "Wow, my only friend is dead. Now I have to cut him open, and I'm responsible for this alien child.
I should probably.
I don't know what I'm doing."
I should probably clarify. This was also my nominee. I wasn't catching my eyes out. Whoopsie daisies.
Yep.
Yeah, whenever I saw the alien baby, that was my eye gouger pick. I said, "What the fuck? That thing is horrific."
This is a fucking good.
It doesn't even look that much
but this
different
is
than a normal baby. But like, babies are just ugly blobs anyway, and then you make it even more blobby and alien, and I'm out.
Right before he cuts him open, whatever, the baby, but it's a good fucking scene.
Oh, yeah.
Quaid is really acting his ass completely off in this scene, and he's
Zombies
got real
too.
emotion.
Yeah.
Well,
fucking Giannis.
That's something else.
Zombies is doing a great job.
Giannis Antetokounmpo.
I think it's a really good scene, but at the same time, it's the face of a guy that wants to rip his eyeballs out.
This officially ends the part of the movie that I like. Now we get to the second part of the movie. I'm not as big of a fan of.
Yeah, no, I wasn't.
Not in the rest of it.
Yeah, I was not happy at the moment. I realized I'm like, oh wait, Jerry's gone, and I'm not happy with this development. Is what I wrote.
Yeah, no, I think all of us were like, wait, you mean he's out of the movie?
Yeah. So it's tough. It's a tough turn.
I started looking at the time left and started coping to myself, saying that okay, it's fine. The baby will just be a clone of Lou Gossett. It'll still be Lou Gossett. It'll just have.
That's what I was. I was waiting. Same note. I was waiting for that the entire time.
I was coping so hard with that, just waiting on.
That would have been good.
Especially when he said they grow up so fast, and I was thinking, all right, he's an adult. He's Lou Gossett again. Let's go. You know.
Yep.
No, never happened.
Yeah, it was not to be.
Anybody else? I don't know if anybody else ever watched or watches Futurama. But I was getting some Lieutenant Kiff Croker vibes from the aliens as well.
Yeah,
so
males give birth. And
I was getting
I was thinking about that in the sense, whenever he said that he was pregnant, And I was thinking, oh, he's like
He's
kissed
such a
people. All he had to
schmarm.
do was touch his hand. Like,
Yep.
all he had to do was skin to skin contact, and now he's pregnant. Like, that's it.
In the
I
thing
will
in
say that
so, yeah.
Go ahead.
earlier when Lou says like you got to open me up, and then you got to bring the kid to the planet, and you got to go and like recite my lineage. My note was, a quest has been added to your journal. Press J to view.
Nice. Yep. Absolutely.
I'm a little bit sad that I don't have the exact quote here, but right before the "You must open me" line, Lou Gossett says something, and I'm paraphrasing here, where he basically shits on guys not lasting during.
Yep.
Yes,
he does.
Something about endurance or some shit. I don't know.
Yeah, he gives him shit for it. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Jerry taking a few jabs at the humans. He knows.
Yeah.
And then also, as the baby's coming out, we get more of the soundtrack
Yep.
of soaring synth and saxophone. It's a lot. Like it is the maximal approach to music.
Oh, it's so over the top and cheesy.
I want the score of this movie as the soundtrack of my life. I literally just want it like for random things I'm doing, just like this song, like when I'm cleaning the litter box, this song starts playing.
You feel awesome about what you do in the litter box. Oh, it's the stats. I'm nailing it.
Yeah, like I'm doing a great job. Quaid's shocked, by the way, because he realizes at some point, he's like, I have to raise this baby. Like he said, he's just like, what? And Jerry gave him nothing. Jerry gave him no information. He was just making clothes, and that's it.
He didn't even tell him how, like, what like baby Drax eat. Like,
yep, exactly.
Does it need to be nursed? Can it, like, I don't know.
Yeah. He makes it great for Jerry. Again, revealing he knows nothing about taking care of a baby alien.
Okay, Jerry needed to be buried. They were soulmates. That
Jerry.
The effort. I understand.
Jerry, I understand. Yeah, I stand by
him, but you ain't.
I'm with you about Joey though. That guy.
Joey.
You
He's like,
what
did he say fuck me for?
Yeah, Joey. Sorry, Joe.
I do not support making a human coat out of that other guy. I support burying.
I'm not saying I support it. I'm just saying that it's an extreme situation. That was all I was saying.
Imagine Quaid going to see the elders wearing a coat that's made of fucking Jerry.
Yeah.
Jerry's pants. Right? He's got Jerry pants and humans. He's got Jerry coat and human pants.
Jerry's kids.
Yeah.
And he's using the kid.
It still has a tail in the back.
The kid is a hat and gloves.
I mean, let's be honest. Jerry's gonna be boots and a belt.
Baby Zamus looks like the baby from the old ABC show Dinosaur.
Yes, it does.
Yep. It's like a gooier version of that thing.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So what a fucking finale for that show. Jesus Christ.
Looks like a garbage pail kid.
Yeah, Quaid, by the way, figures out that he has to mama bird zombies, who finally begins to eat. Yeah. I
thought he was making out with the kid. I'm like, what are we doing here?
Easy, Tom Brady.
Oh my God.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yes, boys. Yes, boys.
Yeah, we get a montage here that feels like 5 minutes of just them bonding and more awful CGI. He's got to teach the baby 2 languages, which I would realize at some point, because he's got to teach it the alien language because he needs to know it for when he goes to his planet. But he also, I'm sure it's like, I can't speak that all the time. He's just teaching his kid.
Also, like the Jem'Hadar from Deep Space Nine. I remember the name. The kids grow up in like a year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the kid grows up pretty quick here.
Enough. He's not quick enough to become Luke Gossett.
No, unfortunately. He teaches Zamis about fingers.
Let's get it straight here.
Who would like to have 5 fingers but only has 3? He's upset about it.
I mean, this kid is pretty fucking good.
What did the 3 fingers say to the face?
Yeah. Yeah. What does the 3 fingers say to the face?
Yeah.
I would like to make a general note on Dennis Quaid's fathering style, which he seems to go to the school of childhood trauma and psychological like skeletons in the closet as his parenting approach. For example, you're pretty good looking for a Drax. It's like his explanations for him having 5 fingers and there being fewer fingers on an alien hand, not sufficient to make the kid not feel inadequate. He wants to teach that. He's like, great, we're gonna have a lesson now. Are you ready to learn some things? I'm like, cool, like history. He's gonna learn about like his aliens. Maybe he'll like learn some math.
Football.
No, they're learning football.
God damn right, he's American.
Whoa!
He was
Man
from Texas.
football.
And in the Pizza Hut cut, he breaks his dad's skull over his head.
Yep.
Oh, I
Right.
wish.
Yeah.
Time out for a second, Citrus. They're living in a cave. Is he supposed to set up French class to the left,
Yeah.
Yeah.
art to
Yeah,
the
man.
right, and
You could have done it, you coward.
He's finding
Yeah,
ways
man.
about
What's
the
why not?
philosophy to the back? Because he's a
He ain't
fucking
got nothing
seasoned-
else to do, man.
Yeah.
All he's doing
He's
is
not-
hunting for food. That's it.
That's all you can do when you live in a cave. That's why. That's
Your
what
dad's
happened.
your dad's dead
You're right.
75 feet that way. Fine.
All you
Nick,
can
you're
do-
right.
has to-
He shouldn't have taught the kid shit, and that's what he
Yeah.
did, honestly.
He really
He
did.
did.
Taught him
He
football.
didn't really
What's
have
he
the
gonna learn
time
that
to
for?
teach the kid anything because he has to spend so much time trying to find food, which
Yeah,
really
he-
exerts most of the time that you have in
He-
your day. When
He
you're
doesn't
living
teach him
life
football.
that
He
way.
teaches them the Oklahoma drill. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
That's all he's teaching
Oklahoma.
them. You take this ball and you run at me and
Yep.
go through those two trees. Like, all right. And then he just tries to tackle a kid. I mean,
But I
to
get what
Citrus's
you're
point
saying.
too,
He doesn't
with
teach the kid shit.
to Citrus's point, when he's explaining the fingers to him, the way he says it is literally with a tone of like, well, I'm a human, you stupid fuck. Obviously, I
Yep.
have 5 fingers and you have 3. Like, the kid doesn't know any better. He's born on this, you know what I mean? And he's acting like this kid should know everything about humans.
You're 3
and
days
Dracula.
old. Figure it out.
Right? Like, what the fuck? What are you doing, kid?
Yep.
What have I been teaching you this whole
Fuck.
time? You know about Power I or not?
You know what the Houston Oilers are or not?
Yeah, Jesus.
Yep.
We-
I don't know if that's a.
Cornerback is.
I don't know if he's a Cowboys fan and that's a dig at the Oilers. I'm not sure because I know he's a Texas guy, like I said. So I don't know. What
No,
he's afraid.
yeah, but you know, he might have been an Oilers fan back then. It's 85.
Yeah, fair enough.
Little Earl Campbell.
Oh, it wasn't quite the time of Warren Moon though. God, they were.
Yeah,
rocking
I just missed it.
Warren.
Yeah.
Mm.
I was also
Anywho.
really missing the marching band from Blue Chips when they were doing the soundtrack for the football scene,
Oh,
because the marching band they got was like the most cut rate marching band you could get.
I know is if I get film noired and Quaid's been in a mental institution this whole time, I'll give the movie a 50 out of 5.
He's back,
nice.
folks.
I do like
He's
that.
back.
Yeah.
The white balloons, like, here, I'll give you another IV. Shut up.
Yeah. He wakes
God
up and
damn it, and he's
Murchison's like,
100% back.
Murchison's reporting to the doctor, like, no, he's still out of it.
But
The kid
Quaid is
wants to
doing the
know.
best. He's doing the best he can. I'll say that. Quaid is doing
Yeah.
the best he possibly can.
And the best he can is not very good.
That's
No.
great.
Yeah. By the way, before
It'd be like if I got stuck with a kid like this.
Yep. But before
Another
the
movie
football, we
where,
got,
Literally do.
Snake is convinced it's a biopic of his own life.
might be.
I'm just gonna be like,
Yeah.
kid, I'm gonna teach you baseball, so you better be able to fucking ground balls.
He's not
I'm
throwing a
just
ball with those three. Not with those 3 fingers.
Not with those
Yeah, there's no way.
old 3-finger
He
damage.
can't get any.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
can't get any spin on that.
Yeah.
Yep.
What about Mordecai Three Finger Brown? One of the
That's
legends.
fair.
Yeah.
A different
There
time.
we go.
Like
Yep.
600 years before this movie takes place.
They still love him though.
Yep,
still know about
absolutely.
him.
Yeah. Yeah, I do.
He's still a legend.
Yeah.
That's the other export from Space America is old baseball players.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're still remembering some dudes.
Yep. They
That's
never stop.
CCR. That's it.
Yep. Yep.
Yep.
I love the
Oh,
image of
God.
someone in like 2200 just talking about like Michael Conforto.
Like, oh, the Mets really never give him a good break.
Yeah.
How would you know? He played 400 years ago.
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, you're still talking about that guy?
My great grandpa told me that Raul Ibanez was.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had a couple years with the Mariners, though. Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mitch Haniger.
Mitch Haniger. Mitch Haniger will be a great guy to remember in 1,000 years.
Yeah,
Or 100
absolutely.
years, whatever.
It's gonna be one of
old
the
if you
names that
think he'll be remembered in 5 years.
It'll be
That's
one of the
the
names
point.
I
That's why
recite
it's
in
such a
front of
good
the
guy to remember in
in
22.
front of the DRAC council. In front of the DRAC council, when I have to recite my family history, I'm just gonna say like baseball player names.
Here you go. Turn some guys.
Yeah.
Old Hoss Reddick.
Sammy Sosa.
Yep.
Okay,
Yeah.
hey, to get it back
Oil
on
can
track
Boyd.
there.
My great uncle Darren Ruff.
Cy Young.
Snake's tired of
Hey.
remembrance of guys.
Yeah.
Well, to get it back on track though,
Yeah.
it's a good scene. And here there's the reason why I was saying it's the best that he could do, because he goes, "Can you tell me about my parent?" And Quaid just looks at him with that goofy smile, that Moses smile.
Yep.
Says, "Your parent was my friend." What?
That would have been a good. That would have been a good
That's the
spot.
best you can give me.
That would have been the good spot to roll the credits.
There you go.
Yeah,
Just end it right there.
Ooh, that'd
Really
have been
sorry,
like
man.
20.
But
That'd have been an
kid
hour
runs
20.
off to go see the slave camp.
Yep. Yeah. I was say he hears a ship. Could be they think it might be a rescue, but he looks and sees who it is. Zamis confused as to why he can't go with him to meet the spaceship. Obviously, Quaid's like, if it's humans, man, like they're gonna fucking shoot you in the face. So
Well,
he
it's
runs to
not
meet the
just
spaceship.
humans. They're like
Yeah.
slave trader
Yeah.
humans, specifically of his alien.
Yep.
people.
Yeah, once he I think he keeps them back. He's not sure, but he's like, it might be, but I don't know. But once he gets, he realizes like, oh shit, it's the fucking scavengers again. So
Well, once they
realizes,
find a kid like this, they're gonna take him to Alien Epstein Island, and it's all
Yep.
over,
Oh God.
yeah. Oh boy.
right?
What a terrible time to have ears.
Yeah. Yeah, and then this is when we get the football. I love this line when they're playing football, and he tells him, here's you can take that ball, you're gonna run at me, because you can try to get past me and go between those two trees. And looks at me and goes, "You got it?" And the kid's like, "No." So
realistic.
Yep.
That's like me trying to train Sasha on anything.
Because the kid's just very like evenly like, no, I don't know what you're saying. And I love though when he tells him like, all right, start running, and the kid just books to the right when he tells him like, just run at me. He's like, nope, and he just immediately goes to the right. Zamis upset again that he's not human. He doesn't know another Drac. He goes missing.
Away.
Yeah, he goes missing. We notice that Quaid's kind of jacked here, by the way, in the scene.
Looking sexy as hell.
Yeah, he looks great.
Oh.
Yeah.
Strategically losing his shirt.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Space Rambo.
Rambo.
Oh, nice.
Or like Bimbo.
Yep. Yeah, we've had Jambo and Spambo now.
I love it. Yeah, we see that Zamis has made his way to the lava pits. He's going to find the ship, see the other Dracs and humans. He's never seen slavers before, so he's obviously very taken aback. And a couple guys that were definitely out for a fuck come walking up on Zamis and find him.
The one guy,
these
though,
two dudes, these two guys, the ponytail.
Ponytail balding guy with the goatee. He's got a face. I don't know. I didn't look at anything, but I've seen him in a lot of movies.
Isn't he the guy in Tango and Cash? Isn't he the guy?
Maybe.
Ponytail, Tango and Cash, same guy, just like dyed hair.
Guy, I thought was Steven Dorff, I thought was the other guy, but I had to look it up. It wasn't. He has a real Dorff look, though.
Yeah, he does. David Dorff.
This scene,
his brother
was my favorite scene. My nominee for killer scene, where
these two fucking scumbags walk up.
These two scumbags, one of which can barely act. I'm not sure he can say his own name. Are up here with. It must have said sinister laughter just in that part of the script because they're going ha 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 ha.
It's great
when they see the kid.
Yep.
And
calls
then
him a derogatory term, a woggy.
Daddy Quaid comes and nails the guy who can't act with an arrow,
man.
and that guy
Incredible.
slowly turns around to reveal the arrow through his throat, and then with a gurgle topples backwards.
It's incredible, this scene. This death scene is amazing. The slow turn as you start and Cho's look at him just falls back. Oh my god, it was great.
Yep.
And
so
then
good.
inexplicably he's got an arrow on the other guy who might as well have had a name tag that says sinister villain. And he doesn't pop him. He's he doesn't shoot the guy who's threatening his kid. So the guy pulls out a pistol and shoots him. It's what are you doing, Dennis? Aren't you a soldier?
Yeah, he used to be. He was a pilot.
He is a pilot. He doesn't know shit.
He lost that edge.
Quick update, that is the guy from Tango and Cash.
Nice.
He's also in future This Movie Might Kill Me pick Highlander.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
You'll get another shot of Lambert's balls.
Yeah,
God,
baby,
damn it.
Yeah.
Be still my heart.
Yep.
The reason I thought here too, the reason that none of the Dracs actually have an ass is because that dude that got shot with an arrow died with every single one of them on.
Yep.
That was one of the worst.
It's incredible.
You'll ever see.
It's one of my favorite.
It
love
was
it.
it was so bad it kind of broke through the floor and became amazing. I
Yeah.
loved like
Yeah,
full
Yep.
blown.
it went
Agreed.
so far the other way that like
Yep.
full circle.
Because he just turned that
Well, not
turn
full
he
circle.
has.
You know what I mean?
That turn he has to look like
Yep.
a zombie almost.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
Also, another appearance for bubbling liquid and glowing light.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
absolutely.
This is a
Yeah.
peak bubbling liquid and glowing light scene.
Yeah, a lot of smoke too.
Oh yeah, like a
I don't mind
goddamn
the
witch's
idea though
brew.
that Dennis Quaid slowly transforming from punk to space Jesus to space Moses to
Space Rambo.
like that's
Yeah.
kind of a nice space Rambo. That's a nice thread too.
Spambo. I love it.
Yeah, he
From
morphs into
Thesis to
Spambo.
Sposes to Spambo.
Metamorphosis.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good
Also,
shit though.
another point where I would have been fine to roll credits.
Yeah.
But
please.
the movie continues.
Yeah. Where he shoots
Oh,
him,
you
I was
talking
like,
about
oh.
wait. You talking about rolling credits when Quaid gets shot and the kid gets taken?
That's fine.
I said what I
Yeah.
said.
That's a heartbreaker for a youngster when I watch this.
But that's
Oh,
a
it's
setup for
That's
the
fine.
sequel.
Yeah.
That's a sequel
I'm okay with
Oh,
for
yeah.
Enemy
The
Yours.
squeakle.
The
Yeah,
squeakle.
enemy hours.
Enemy hours. Yeah, there it is.
Where
It's a mutual
the
enemy.
kid grows up and it's Lou Gossett again, and he's the
Yep.
lead for the movie.
Mm,
That's
see,
a big
yeah.
Gossett the third.
Now I'm
Yeah.
here for that movie. Now I'm back
Yep.
on.
Yep, I'm back in. Fair.
Yeah. Yeah, this is where Quaid's dead. This is where we get to know the voiceover about him not knowing how long he was out for. He definitely gets shot like right in the heart. Look, you find out later.
Yep,
So it's interesting
straight
that he's still alive
fucking
somehow.
heart. He gets
And apparently,
These bullets were
from man
shot
on
in the
fire.
heart, left to
Yeah.
die in a lava pit.
yep,
He's rescued and fine
yeah, and like no,
Yeah.
but
by the military.
not
Who
fine
find him?
because we find him in the body bag section where they're dumping people, and then the digital recording jams have LOL all capitals.
This is a good scene.
Tapes don't skip anymore. Like they're fucking digital. Why do you have
two,
tapes
like,
in the future?
The two dirt bags who are doing the
Yeah.
like routine burials are like, oh, it's this guy, Protestant.
Yeah.
All right, play the song.
Because he goes like, he's always skipping. He's like, don't even play it. Nobody's listening anyway.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's great. It's on like a conveyor belt that's just a hatch out
Yep.
to
Yep.
space.
Yeah.
Yep.
I have the note that these two dipshits find the book and they try to take it off him, and Quaid's back. I'm like,
There's
nobody
a-
did a
hey.
single test on him. No one tested
There's a-
a single thing to see if he was alive.
He's shot in the
There's a
heart.
great line.
I
Yeah,
just,
Yeah.
What do you
nobody
need to test?
tested him. Yeah.
I will say though, being on the coroner's table, reaching up and grabbing the hand or the neck or something.
Oh, yeah.
Such a
Oh, shit, yeah. Undertaker.
absolutely.
whenever they
Yeah.
revealed him in there, I knew
Undertaker!
it. I was waiting on it.
There was a great line before he does all that shit though, of when there's usually a tag on the bag, that says
Yeah.
what
Back in the
denomination they are. And there isn't one on Quaid's, and they open it up, and the guy says, "Whoa, look at this freak!" And I think that's it just shows him as total spambo with a shot
Yeah.
straight to his heart, and it's like, God, look at this fucking guy. Yeah,
So
and then
if you imagine, like, mostly they're burying the soldiers, and like what Quaid looked like, they're all clean shaved, you know what I mean, with haircuts.
high
And this
tights,
guy
yep.
this guy looks like Castaway. Like he's just a complete madman. He's dirty. Like, what the hell happened to this fucking guy? Like,
Yeah,
Jesus.
This whole
fucking
thing
Yeah.
is my nominee for killer scene, where you get the entire funeral-o-matic got
Oh,
going
it's
on
great.
there.
Yeah.
The fucking wreath that just girl drifting off in space.
I was just about to
So
bring that
good.
up. That shit is hilarious. They just scan a barcode and it reads out like they're the rights according to their religion.
Denomination. Yep.
Agnostic, no
Yep.
music.
And
I'd like
now,
to point out-
in hindsight, I'm like, Joey deserved a lot more. He deserved
Yep.
a wreath in space.
Yeah.
I'd like to point
Is
out that
that worse
I thought
or better than being actually human buried on like an alien planet?
No
Like
one
a
knows where you
genesis in
are.
space
I'm
I'd
giving
rather
it.
be-
funeral-o-matic or like
I'd rather be lovingly buried by Quaid than
That's what I'm
be dumped
saying.
out of the Omatic.
No, I'd rather be funeral-o-matic. No one knows where I am here.
The Hepler funeral, the Hepler funeral conveyor.
Okay, hey,
The
Jack from
felt
Gremlins is just making
Yeah.
funeral-o-matic.
Yep, that's why it skips.
Mm.
Because it's just,
That's how he
Hepler.
makes it big. An automated burying
Yeah.
machine. That's
Yep.
dark.
Well, that's
Instead of wreaths in space, it's two fucking eggs that get shot against the wall.
I was about to say he tried to make an egg cracker and he ended up making an
Yeah.
automatic funeral machine.
His wife microwaves a gremlin in their honor.
Hey, he sold it to the military and made a killing. Think about it.
That's great.
He made
There's no overhead.
There is one
a Hepler
soldier a
finally
minute.
made
He
it.
can also cook an omelet.
Yeah, one of the Heplers finally made it big. Just made one thing and just sold to the military and made a killing.
You just hear a
Felter.
loud gong out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Pelters.
I for a second Felter. There we go.
There we go.
I thought I had
Helter Skelter.
a ton. I thought I had a ton more notes left, but I realized that I just had like a bunch of empty lines that I never deleted, so we're good.
Yeah,
I was like, wait a minute. I'm like, I thought I had way more fucking
here,
notes.
I'd like stop taking notes and was just kind of like vibing, just watching it.
Yeah. Yeah, he.
Hey, I have
after
a
we-
thing on the time here. I amazingly paused it at the right time as I'm sitting here, but it says Willis E. Davidge, right? He was presumed dead 07/11 of 2092. His body was found on that planet 9/6 of 2095. So we're in the year 2095, and they're still jamming out the CCR.
And the Lions
Slamming
still haven't won
Pepsi.
a Super Bowl.
There you go.
Yeah. But yeah,
so
so
don't worry,
that's
we're still waiting for that.
that's
Waiting for that
time.
Mets ring too.
There you go.
Yep.
Yeah. It's only been 115 years or something.
The Jets
And
have just
he's-
signed 41-year-old
Yeah.
Patrick Mahomes the 10th.
Yeah.
Mm, He's
We're the new
stammering.
Cubs, but everybody hates
Well.
us.
He's stammering in Alien too as they push him to that ward.
Yeah, they're
Right?
rushing him off to be. Yeah, they rush him off to be studied because they finally speaks Drac. So they immediately
Yep.
put him. And this is where, by the way, I was really, really, really hoping we were going to get to meet Murchison finally,
Mm.
and we never did. So I was sad about
Yeah.
that. But I kept looking at everybody like, "Give me a name tag that says Murchison, please," and we never got one.
I wanted a interrogation for them because they mentioned
Absolutely.
they're like he might be a spy because he
Mhm.
speaks
Yep.
Drac.
Yep.
And I was really sad that there's no interrogation from like the secret military police, which would have been a cool ass scene. And B, there was no cafeteria scene
Nope.
where the great white whale was chowing down on some ribs,
Yeah.
you know?
Incredibly
Mm.
disappointed.
And because they wear like white jumpers, so she would just have sauce all over. It'd be great.
The Pizza Hut and Taco Bell, the Golden Corral cut.
Yep, there you go. Yeah. And then, yeah,
Like they spend like
that's an
the whole
upset.
60 seconds fixing him up, and then he's like basically back in the plane and like ready to get out of there. Like
Yeah.
it's like blink and you'll miss it. He's ready to leave.
Yeah, because his old squad shows up, but like right away they just like he's going to leave. He's going to take the Zammies right away, and I'm like, they try to stop him, but no avail. We get another terrible shot of the hangar and like a really fake person walking along the top above
Well,
the
like,
ships. I don't know if you guys noticed that.
1 second earlier, it shows a fucking robot literally taking the bullet out of his heart,
Yep.
and then the next thing you know, he's high and tight again, looking like Gordo Cooper, ready to fly in this, being the best pilot you
Exactly.
ever seen.
Yeah, he's got to
Right.
log some hours. Yeah.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Seeing this guy fly, he's not the best flyer I've
He
ever
looks
Yep.
when he's laying in that bed as they're fixing
He's
him.
no Doug Masters.
He looks terrible. He's so cut up and burned up. You can see
Yep.
his body. He's taking a lot of shit.
Yeah.
with
You're
his
way
foot on that.
you're way behind, by the way. We're already
know.
at him. We're already at him stealing the ship.
I know,
So
but I
there's-
was just
yeah.
saying when they show
Yeah.
him getting fixed up, he's so cut up.
Yeah, no, yeah, he looks
And,
terrible.
and all of a
That's-
sudden he's just perfect.
In the
So
segment I
that's
like to
a
call Optimus only has 6 notes left, and 4 of them start with LMAO. I've got quote, LMAO, he's fucking dead. LMAO, he's fucking alive. LMAO, he's going back. Send him
Yep.
to
Yep.
Detroit.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's
We
pretty much
have
where
to
we
go
are. We're at the
back,
point
yeah.
where he steals the ship, he blows a hole in the wall to escape.
Yep.
Which I feel like this would do damage because, like, if it's not meant to, like, if you don't open it, I feel like just blowing a hole in the
Pressure.
ship would be pretty,
Yep.
Yeah.
pretty bad idea. But everything's
You don't
fine,
care.
space.
He's spam.
Yeah.
You think Spambo gives a fuck
Yeah.
about
Yeah.
their rules?
And they're for sure now going to think he's a spy now that he's done this.
Yep.
Like,
Oh,
now now like, oh, he stole some data or something. He goes back to Phylon 4, whatever planet it was. Sneaks his way past these guys playing cards. I don't know if you caught that. And then
Yep,
gets
they're
inside.
playing-
Yeah.
Still playing blackjack.
Yep.
Go ahead. Go
The,
ahead, Citrus. What were you gonna say?
Nah, it's just trying to. It's like he's like show him and weep at the card
Yep.
game.
Yeah. They're still saying to read him
Yeah.
and weep. He still hit him with it. 2092.
Yep.
Read him
I
and
was
weep.
surprised the other guy didn't hit us with the winner chicken dinner.
Exactly.
Right?
Classics never die.
Well, I guess on the
No,
alien
they
planet
never
it would have
do.
been like winner, slugs for dinner.
Yep.
Yeah.
Green
Slimy
slime
penis
balls.
for dinner.
Yeah.
Woo! Daddy needs a new pair of shoes.
Yeah. He sneaks past him. He gets in the ship, finds all the Drac. They're amazed that he speaks Drac because he's, he remembers his time with Gossett, and so do I. Miss him fondly.
I mean, in the like slave mine, it's a surprise they can even hear him because they have to turn off the mining equipment. It's got to be like so loud in there. They're probably all deaf.
Yeah.
Anyway, he finds the slave. He's like, "Where's the kid?" Etc. Etc.
And the guy comes in, starts putting them back to work. Before Quaid intervenes, throws the guy into a rock crusher, and the fake body is incredible. The fake body going into this rock crusher is
it's kind of horrifying.
Yeah.
Did you kind of flinch a little bit when you saw that?
Yeah.
I literally started laughing when I
like,
saw that fucking body.
Was it made out of like Jello or something? Do you think, or like that?
It just like molded around the thing.
What's that
they
one?
Just took
what's
like
that
a
one
mannequin and tossed it in, and it went crunch.
Gelatin?
Yeah.
Is that what they call it? Gelatin,
which
is like a harder substance. Yeah. It was kind of terrifying when he was flopping around there.
And the guy at the bottom of it finds like an ear, so they know that something's wrong.
Something's amiss.
Yeah, that was good.
Hey, wait a second. He looked at it like, wait, this is a human ear? Why don't we just throw Drac in there?
Yeah. Wait, why is this not a Drac ear?
Yeah.
That was rolled into the podium of the best scene for me. It's not gonna win, but it definitely it's contending for that bronze medal.
Yep. Yeah, he's searching for Zamis still. Finally finds him in the cage, and this is where also I was really disappointed again. This is the moment where I thought he's gonna find Zamis on the ship, and it's gonna be Lou Gossett because he's growing up so fast. This is the exact moment when I thought he was gonna find. I thought he was going to come back, and it's been 2 years since he mentioned, but whatever, I don't care. But he grows up fast. He's going to come back, and it's going to be Gossett, and I was so excited, and now it's a stupid kid still.
In one day.
I mean, the kid's not bad either, don't get me wrong. He's not bad, but I was really praying for Gossett.
A teenager in like a week, and then he never grows again.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I really was hoping for that payoff, but sadly.
You guys missed. You guys
couldn't
did
get
miss
Lou Goss back in that chair.
Yeah.
To do the makeup.
You guys did miss trope in there in these kind of movies when Quaid comes into the mine after he drops that dude, into the crusher, and he keeps talking, looking for Zamis, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, one old person comes through the crowd, and they part, and he looks at him and puts his hand on his shoulders. You are Uncle. That's a classic trope in these movies of just one person being able to speak the other language, and then they're like, in the back being like, "Oh, I know everything." Actually,
it's always the older person because they've been around for a while. I managed to learn your language.
The village elder.
Yes. Yeah. But that's a cool scene too.
Yep.
But yeah, he finds him in that airplane and finds him in the spaceship. Excuse me.
Yeah, and he uses the massive crowbar, like a 6-foot long crowbar to pry it open. But as he gets him free, Ponytail and 2 goons show up, and he fucking rocks Quaid with a right hand in here. He absolutely lights him up and completely knocks him out. When the 2 guys are holding him, he punches the shit out of Quaid. It's great. It's a really good movie punch. We cut to another terrible space scene, and 2 ships are flying in. The gunfight ensues. The Dracs finally rise up, and I wrote, "Rise up, baby. Rise up."
As Quaid is like doing ninja moves on the like slave guys.
Yep.
It's like action again, like the '60s style. Like you might as well have like biff, pow as the sound effects. It's just like one punch and they go flying.
The weird form of karate that like Kirk used to do in the old Star Trek.
Yes.
Yes. It's like that same style of like karate. Because he like punches the one guy like normal, the next guy he punches him in the stomach, and then karate chops him on the back of the head.
To be fair,
move.
Yeah, when is it not good to karate chop people behind the back of the head?
Oh, right.
Yeah, Kung Fu Month.
It's a fucking knockout move every time.
The outfit that Ponytail is wearing is absolutely incredible because it's
it's great.
You can see it's a fishnet kind of mesh tank top that he's really low cut, and also
it's hot in that mine.
Oh, really? He's so sweaty and greasy.
Yep.
Oh, sexy. But Zamis had scratched his face, right?
Yep.
When they got caught. A really deep, bad scratch in that one side of his face. And that was that was the moment that Quaid had got shot.
Yep.
So it's been enough time now that homeboy Ponytail's face is completely healed. scarred now. There's no sign of any kind of a bad or like a of the injury.
Like it's still
all
healing.
It's just a big scar. So, we're talking about the time, and the kid grows fast. The kid hasn't grown any yet.
He also doesn't have a
So what the
ponytail
fuck?
anymore.
Yes. Like
I
what
kept
the
calling him
shit?
ponytail, but then I noticed at one point, I'm like, wait, the ponytail's gone. I still
Yeah,
kept calling him
it's like
ponytail.
the kid grows fast for the first 6 months, but then the second 6 months he grows really slow.
It's
Like
like
I
a
said,
dog,
perfect.
right?
It was a perfectly missed chance to have Gossett back.
Giving him any
Yes.
food in the cage, they said. Otherwise, he'd turn into Luke Gossett.
Oh,
You cannot contain
yeah.
Luke Gossett.
That
So,
makes sense.
There's strategy here.
Yeah.
They haven't given him
He was
enough rare candies for him to evolve into Luke Gossett Jr.
Yeah.
Exactly. Or a thunder
feeding him that
spoon.
meat. Feeding him that meat.
But we get a good shot of ponytail up top holding Zamius, just kind of like threatening to dump him in the fire. The way
like
he's just
a
standing there
rag doll.
holding the fucking doll, like it looked great. Like
Yep.
I assume, I don't know if it was the real kid or not, but like he's small enough where the guy could do it either way, So it's just funny the way he's just standing there holding the kid over the fire. It was really great. Him and Quaid start fighting.
He's dragging him around with one hand the whole time. And
Yep.
he's just like taunting Quaid, like, "Is this what you want, you little bitch? You want this
it's great.
kid?" He's just like, "Oh fuck, it's great." Ponytail
him-
is great as a villain.
In an iron factory or whatever.
Yes.
Oh yeah, it's great.
They
Yeah.
do it in the
Laundry.
Terminator movies. They do it a lot. It's always
Cobra.
awesome.
I'm a
It's
big
the
fan.
perfect setting. There's like liquid metal. There's bubbling liquid. There's flashing lights.
Yeah.
Smoke.
Hydraulics.
And then you can get someone like smashed from like big machinery. Where else do you want to have a fight? That's the best place.
Yeah, they start fighting. Zamius falls. He's fairly useless in this scene. Like he's just laying there. He's just a liability for Quaid here because he's got to worry about him half the time. But he falls in that thing, and
Ponytail's throwing him around like it's his best fucking teddy bear.
Yeah, it might be. I mean, he's been gone for a while. I don't know what's been going on that ship.
He's throwing him around like he's his wrestling buddy.
Yeah,
is that what they're called back in the day?
He gets him in time before the rocks fall on him. The thing just as the ships land.
Oh my god, he just has an absolute great line.
But then
Ponytail has an amazing line. Double trouble boiling.
Oh yeah.
Or something. He says that fucking line.
You biff the fuck out of it. All right.
Yeah, man.
Well, I don't know it.
Yeah, we
I don't know
everything.
After Hamlet next, that's the Shakespeare line.
No, it just went past so fast. I didn't pause it. Bubble, toil, and trouble. He says, "My God, what an amazing line by Pony."
Yeah, he's got them both in for the rocks. He gets shot from behind and falls into the lava, which is a pretty nice shot of him falling in there. He like immediately cooks when he falls in. We get a moment with Quaid and Zamius, and everybody cries. Quaid walks off with the child, which I thought was an interesting choice that everybody just allowed that. We get the narration.
Walked in there like Madonna and just took that fucking kid.
Yeah, exactly. We get a narration that he's taking them all back home. They took the kids to the council finally, and I laughed heartily at the shot of the alien planet in the background again. Like some of the landscapes are, like I said, it's just like Beastmaster. Like they're just really funny to me.
It's just I was here for it.
Yeah,
I feel like
he
this is
approaches the
prequel
council.
to an Alien Beastmaster movie.
Yeah,
absolutely. It's borderline there.
Later, Dennis Quaid will draw a line in the sand.
I mean, for a sci-fi movie, it was more like Beastmaster style, like just sitting around talking religion and politics.
Yeah.
Squatters' rights.
In the next movies that came up thing, it had a sequel with the white balloon. It was called the Beastmaster.
Oh boy. Oh.
Hit me with it.
Shout out.
I do love the background. The backdrop.
Do it, you coward.
Drax homeworld. I thought was really cool looking backdrop.
Yeah. Yeah, he gives them singing the names of the other alien people in the family. He gets added to the line. It's great. Roll credits, and it's over. Yeah. And you can yada yada the end. Like it drags on a little, but nothing really happens because like we don't even get close-ups of him talking to them. It's just like the same shot.
Goes out of the movie.
Yeah, I got, by the way, because I never usually watch with subtitles, but I did for this one. I got to see the very last thing it said pretty much was Will Trilling. At the very bottom. Because he's singing the names of people, just Will Trilling. I'm like, oh, that's great.
Trillball.
But yeah, that was that's Enemy Mine.
You got any trivia for us?
No, like I said, I just had the two at the beginning about
Alright,
them
fair
being
enough.
in Jaws 3. Like I said, it was literally all of it, besides the Lou Gossett stuff about how he did the voice, all of it was just like, they filmed here, they filmed here, they filmed here, and like, I don't give a shit. Who cares? Like, they filmed in Morocco, West Germany, and Iceland is basically what
There was a
40 of the
bunch of,
notes summed up to.
hardcore German names on the producers at the front of the movie, so
Yeah.
could be
Yeah, they filmed a lot of it.
Hardcore German
explanation for
names?
some of the weirdness.
A lot of the set stuff, like the outside shots, obviously, were in Iceland for like the rocks and everything, the way it looked. But like all the studio stuff they did was all in West Germany, apparently. But that was like, and then Lou Gossett Jr. and Quaid were also in Jaws 3. That was the trivia. That's pretty much it.
Common thread.
Yeah, wartime.
Glowing lights and steaming pools of liquid is what I have written down here.
Yeah, I like that as a general sense of alien landscape, which is how I would look at that. Like, it just added like all these lights and things to give you like the hint of like science and alien and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, they do a lot of that stuff. The ship, the slave ship, is all lights. It's all lights and lava.
Where, like that ship, it's like the ship that things use in Star Wars, right? That the scavengers use in Star Wars. That's the same kind of ship looking thing. It's just a big square light. So it's so stupid.
Knowing what I know now, it's probably not going to win, but I give it to Louis Gossett and Dennis Quaid arguing like a married couple.
Well, they are.
Yeah.
That relates.
Well, they are.
That relates
because
to
then he drops the kid on him.
They're married with a kid, yeah.
Also on the podium there was sorry about that, but also on the podium there was questionable burial practices.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, because we get the conveyor belt at the end.
There we go.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. So we settling on the glowy lights.
I think Jerry had one.
Related to Optimus's married couple thing, mine was me wishing they would kiss already.
That's
slow burn on a kiss.
Yes. It was the very thing for me where I kept just saying, they're gonna kiss now, right? And they just never did. I was like, oh, okay.
They needed a kiss, though.
They did. They needed to relieve that tension.
Sounds like they did.
We saw them bang when they went over their family histories. We told about Carl and Dolores.
Saw it in the Drax Pizza Hut cut.
Yeah, exactly.
How about the thread of no concept of time? Like, there's absolutely no concept of time in this whole entire movie. Like, Quaid's ankles all of a sudden just healed.
There is a concept of time. It's just inconsistent. So they introduce that time is passing, but it doesn't perfectly add up the way you would expect it to do. So it's kind of like, wait, what time is it?
You know,
it seems like it's gone for 3 years.
We don't really know how time passes on this planet or how fast it's traveling around the sun.
Oh, that's a good point, Jerry. I mean, based on the rotational period and how close it is to its local star, the effect could be.
I fucking hate you.
I'm too bored to even counter this. So we'll go. I'm gonna stick with
how far you would go at that point. I'm
glowing lights, for you. Bubbling something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
like glowing lights, like
Well, this will be an easy one. The Kodo Award for Acting Excellence is easily going to be Lou Gossett Jr. The star.
Landslide.
Really
he's great.
Really
Quaid
a makeup award too for Blue Chips.
Yeah.
Related to that, I know we're kind of just jumping around in weird order for these awards, but related to Lou Gossett winning the Kodo, I would like to nominate Lou Gossett for the surprise performance. The surprise being that they got his ass to wear that fucking costume for an entire movie. I was very surprised that they got Lou Goss for 3 hours of makeup a day.
I mean, I was shocked
that young at that time.
Considering how bad the costumes look in a lot of these sort of things, his costume was good.
Yeah.
It's the surprise performance, the lizard costume department.
I would say personally, the surprise is that the kid was that good.
Yeah, that's fair.
That was the other contender.
The kid's my bed shitter, but tangentially related. I'm saying my surprise performance is Lou doing a great job making me care about essentially a nonsense language.
Yeah. Oh, he was.
I know it's weird, but like I would be all for giving Lou Gossett both the Dakota Award and Best and Surprise Performance because, like I said, like I was not expecting him to be full blown like alien language and like speak and the way he was moving around. Like I was literally taken back the whole time by the way he was acting. So
He's so good.
and he was
gets
killing
2
it.
trophies. I'm here for
Yeah,
it.
like he was killing it the whole time. And like I said, like I wasn't expecting like I said, I remembered him being obviously, but I always just remembered him using his normal voice, like just acting as in makeup. But like no, like he went all the way in for it.
All right, the first double award winner, right?
Yeah, Lou Gossett, he killed it for both. Yeah,
It's hard to win ass off and surprise. That's like winning most improved player and MVP in the same year.
You know what I mean?
There you go.
It's a challenge, but Lou Gossett's got that talent. Nick Cage, I think, should have played the cave. After my
Nick
vocal
Cage.
flub earlier, that they could have crawled into his mouth and hidden.
Oh my God, just CGI, a massive Nick Cage head comes out of the ground.
Yeah, man.
Nick Cage could have been Joey.
Oh, Nick Cage's Joey is great.
I like
Nick Cage.
He deserves to get married.
What about Nick Cage getting the arrow through his neck?
Ooh.
Oh my God.
Nice.
Nick Cage is just that guy.
Nick Cage saying "Read him and weep."
Off screen.
I had Nick Cage
being every slaver.
Yeah, I had him being the leader of the slavers, and I also had him having a bigger role where they are the reason that Lou Goss and Dennis Quaid have to like band together because slavers find him and try to capture him.
Oh yeah.
And so, and so then they
Cage
band together and do their own little thing for a little while, and then whenever they have their kid, the slavers come back in the third act and get the kid, and they kill Lou Gossett, and then Dennis Quaid has to go on a vengeance tour, and there's a lot more Nick Cage in my version of it, but I like Nick Cage as the leader of the slavers in a rewrite.
That's a good version.
In your version, it's like 2 hours and 14 minutes.
Yeah, but it's so much.
You got to get it. Yeah, you get a lot more Cage on the
but
ponytail.
The third act is much better because you've got a Nick Cage villain.
Well, it
Cage
also,
in a mesh
the
shirt.
villain matters from the beginning, because that was what it was to me. It was like we had a movie of these people just becoming unlikely friends, and then we had like an extra special episode of a TV show that just happened to come after that.
Yeah, episode 2.
Yeah, it was like episode 2 of the made-for-TV show of Enemy Mine.
It's a good point because when he finds the scavengers at the beginning, I thought like, oh, I can't tell him about this, and it was going to come back right away, and it doesn't for like 35 minutes.
Yeah, like that. I don't know. The setup and the pacing of it was kind of weird.
Yeah,
I don't know.
What about Nick Cage? What about Nick Cage's Quaid?
I was going to say the same thing.
Yeah.
You'd just be crazy.
I like Quaid as Dennis Quaid is though.
What about Cage walking around the desert like in dressed as Moses though? Like that's going to be a good shot. That's a good shot. You know.
Do you think he could grow a beard like that though?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay.
Or they'll just put a fake. Yeah, they're going the whiskers on it. Yeah.
Just give him a fear.
Yeah. But Nick Cage with the shirt all the way open. You know what I mean?
See,
give us hairy chest.
I want to see Nick Cage in the 10 Commandments. I just want to see Nick Cage be Moses now.
Yeah. Yep. Remake.
Hey,
you might pitch it to him.
Take any gig, just call his agent.
Yeah.
It's not wrong.
So what would you like to see him as, the villain?
I think the villain's the best shot. Yeah. Yeah. If he's ponytail, it's great. Nick Cage just standing. Nick Cage dangling the kid over the thing. Eye gouge award. The pregnancy scene. It's the first one that comes to mind.
The entirety of the pregnancy scene.
Yeah, that whole
when he first tells him that he's pregnant and stuff, and that whole I was like, oh my God, because Quaid also wanted to do is he knew that he fucked him and he got him pregnant.
And he's now responsible for this kid.
Yeah.
Here you go. I'm dying. See ya.
I'm in space. You saddle me with a kid.
Yeah.
And
I think it's specifically when Quaid realizes that he has to pull the child out of his dead friend.
Yeah.
And then has to take care of it. My friend's dead. I have to cut the kid out, and I have to take care of it.
Yep.
Golly, you gotta feed him like a baby bird.
What a good
bird.
My headcanon is that Lou Gossett knew he would have to die to give birth, but didn't tell Dennis Quaid that, so he'd stick around.
Oh yeah, no, I thought that too.
Yeah. It was like part of their species.
Oh, eye gouger.
Yeah.
That's the eye gouger. Bed shitter. This might be a little bit more contentious.
Joe is terrible.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's true.
We give it to Joe.
I had the guy who gets the arrow through the neck.
Mm-hmm.
He was very
He's only
bad.
in one scene, but he's so
man,
bad in it.
the way he turns around.
He's so bad.
Steven Dorff, bad.
He was awful. He had like 3 lines and he
henchman.
chewed them all out on camera. Those are the best. Those are the best takes they got from that guy.
I didn't enjoy the kid.
Oh,
I thought the kid was
I
all
thought
right.
was decent.
I
Yeah,
I
thought he
didn't
was decent.
necessarily think he was great, but I didn't have any active notes about someone being that bad except for the guy with the arrow. I had a note
Yeah,
about
he
him
was
being
terrible.
bad.
Him and Joey were the only ones that jumped off the screen. Is especially terrible to me.
Yeah.
Not
kid,
only
I
did he
also
get an
I could
arrow through the neck, he also did the ha 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 ha
yeah
sinister laughter.
yeah.
Yeah, he
I tend
did.
to grade kid actors on a curve just because like I'm not usually expecting much. So the
Yep.
kid did okay. So like to me like I was like whatever, he's fine.
Yeah,
He
he
didn't
was
like
past.
yeah. He's worried about having
Alright.
only 3 fingers.
I can give it to Joey. Lance Kerwin is Joey Wooster.
Yeah, Joey
Are we
was.
gonna give
I
it
mean,
to
him
Joey
or
or
Arrow
Arrow?
guy.
Arrow guy was.
We can go with
bad.
Arrow guy. Arrow guy. Yeah, he's
Oh,
shooting
man,
at
I don't know who the hell
100%.
I'm putting
At
there.
least
Just put
is it put Arrow guy? Yeah,
Arrow guy.
We'll know who you mean.
If anyone watches this
Do a
movie, they'll know
dash
exactly
and
what
then
the fuck we're
an
talking
arrow
about.
symbol.
Yeah, because we'll see that, be confused, and somebody will remember, the guy who got shot in the neck with the arrow.
That
Oh,
guy
I'm not
fucking
forgetting
sucked.
that one soon.
No.
I also had that scene as my killer scene nominee.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of competition there.
Yeah.
There's not.
No?
No, there's no competition.
All
The
right, let's
easy
talk
winner
about
is
it.
the entirety of pregnancy. Pregnancy wins.
Oh, I had Lou Gossett singing.
Oh.
I had CCR.
I want to nominate him doing that shimmy before he jumped in the water.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. That's what won him the
Quit.
Toto Award for me.
Yep. Yeah.
Quaid
Just
setting
fucking
fire to
shimmy and then dives in.
Quaid setting fire to the rain and getting electrocuted.
Yep, that's amazing. That's an amazing scene.
Yes.
Actually,
yes.
that's gotta be it.
The scene where he for the gun and gets electrocuted.
Yeah, where he sets
Yeah.
fire to a lake in the rain and then goes and gets electrocuted.
Oh man, that scene was so good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll give it to that if you guys want. I'm here for it. It's
Yeah.
so
I
funny.
also I'd like
Behind
to
that.
mention at least the scene where Quaid's about to go down in the pit in that monster's pit, and here comes Jerry, grabs him by the hand, one shots that fucking thing, boom, saves him.
Yeah. Yep.
And then blows
The
up
no
that
scope.
monster. I like that. Yeah, I like that scene too. But yeah,
Jerry's
the
badass.
electrocution, fire
Yeah.
electrocution scene is great. Yep.
He literally grabs him. He does like oh,
Mhm. Mm-hmm.
Just the checkmate by setting the water on fire.
oh, it's
Yep.
great.
Do anything.
I got you, mother.
Yeah, he's spilling it all
Yeah.
over his feet too. By the way, the fucking jet fuel.
Yeah.
It's just going everywhere.
Jet fuel can't melt alien planets. It's fine.
I'm putting Quaid's failed fire plan.
Yeah.
How about that?
That's great.
Yeah, it works.
Yeah, amazing.
Think we're ready for
Yeah.
reviews.
Reviews.
All right.
Kiri,
Baby.
you picked it,
Who
motherfucker.
chose it?
All right.
Kiri.
So as I kind of went over when I gave you this pick, I wanted to try to give you some shit that you hadn't seen in a long time, try to like drudge up some old childhood memories, or I guess in your case, lack thereof.
Yeah.
You didn't remember anything.
I blacked this one out.
But I don't know. I thought it would be very fun to do some just kind of like hokey, sort of like cheesy '80s bullshit, and I think it was. I had a good time watching this. I had a really fun time discussing it. I don't think it deserves to be like deeply deconstructed and dissected or anything, but as a little popcorn flick, I had a good time. I kind of laid out my proposed rewrites during the Nick Cage awards section, so I do think it could have been stronger pacing wise and whatnot. But shit, man, it was a good time. If this ends up on Tubi or something, I'll definitely watch it again, and I'll give it a 3 out of 5.
All right.
I'll go next since you picked it for me. Yeah, like I said, I remembered literally nothing about this movie, so a few times I was literally like punched in the face by like, holy shit, when Lou Gossett first stands up and starts speaking, and like just all the stuff with the pregnancy and everything. Like I wasn't expecting any of that. I didn't have a bad time watching it. Definitely dragged. Like especially once Lou Gossett's gone. I mean, the movie definitely like notice we yada pretty much 45 minutes of the movie just because it's whatever. There's definitely some missed opportunities with like I said, with the time stuff. Like Snake pointed out, this guy's scar is healed, so it's been a decent amount of time. Maybe Lou Gossett was going to be there again. Like I thought that would have been really cool to see him like back in that scene. I thought that would have been great. So I thought that was like a missed thing. I thought Murchison, we could have had a payoff there. that I thought would have been cool, and like have him be nice to her like Joey asked him to, something like that, but I didn't hate it. Like I said, like the acting I enjoyed. Like Gossett's great. I like Quaid. I think for the most part he did really good. I enjoyed Ponytail. I thought it was funny. The kid was all right. I did enjoy the nostalgia of it. Like I said, it's very like watching a 60s, 70s sci-fi movie with just the shots of him walking around in this weird landscape and the music playing. Like I liked the score a lot. I really enjoyed it. And I thought it added something to a lot of scenes where there's nothing really happening. So like I enjoyed that the music kind of helped it along. I'm with Kiri. I don't know if I'd watch it again necessarily. But I would tell people to check it out. I think I'd give it 3 out of 5.
I do just want to say real fast. I was thinking about why Lou Gossett maybe wouldn't have been able to get back to film like in the third act, and I was thinking, well, what movie did he do next? Maybe he had like to get right into filming for another movie. Yep,
yeah.
Very next movie
Chappie.
he released was Iron Eagle. He had to get
Damn
on a
right.
plane and go be Chappie.
Be a pilot again. You got to itch for it.
Yeah,
itch for it. I didn't get to fly enough in any
fighter plane movie in that period had to have Lou Gossett in it. That's awesome.
Yeah. Got to.
If you're flying planes, you need Lou Gossett in your cast.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's your man.
Mm-hmm. So you get the script, and you're like, somebody's flying. Yeah, is Lou Gossett free? Because we're gonna need him.
All right.
All right, I'll go. I like this movie. This is kind of my shit. There's a villain in leather and mesh. Love that. We have we have a slave mine. I'm not sure why, but I like it. Dennis Quaid, I think is pretty good, except at the beginning. And Lou Gossett, as I have mentioned here, still good. Love him. I think the thing that bumped me up was 2 things. The costumes I thought for the aliens, very good. And I gave the movie a full point higher when Lou said he's pregnant and then you have to take the baby out of him. So that put it up to a 4 out of 5.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
You going 4?
Love it. That's great.
Yeah, I like
it.
Waiting.
I was waiting for the other shoe to drop where you're like, it was a 4. And then...
Yep.
No droppage.
And then too much zombies. I enjoy it.
It ain't dropping.
Yeah.
You hold on to that shoe, Optimus. It ain't dropping anytime soon.
Yeah. Both feet
Don't
were
worry,
already on the...
I'll throw 2 for both of us.
Yeah, both feet were already on the floor, baby. I agree with everything. Citrus, I was going to say there, I was letting you go. Quaid isn't great at the beginning. Would you say his performance gets better as his length of beard and hair gets longer? Right?
I think so. There's a direct correlation for sure.
I think the director told him to like be kind of like a shitbag at the beginning, and it's kind of a redemption story.
Yep.
He's just not good at being the shitbag.
Yeah.
I like Quaid a lot too. I would say in the last month, I've watched 4 Dennis Quaid movies.
That's a run.
Or at least with him in it.
Optimus too.
With the right stuff. He's in the Alamo. He's in Midway, this newer Midway movie that I watch, and then obviously this, and then these other movies that we watch. So I like him, but I like Lou. He's kind of become the unofficial dude of the pod, almost, right?
Yeah.
Of the show, because he's just almost in everything we pick somehow. But yeah, I really liked it. The nostalgia is cool. It really brought back a lot of nostalgia. And I'm with everybody else, and I'm gonna go. I wouldn't probably watch it again, but it's not a movie that I would be opposed to watching again. So I'm gonna go with a 3 out of 5.
All right, Optimus.
Right.
And Optimus.
Shut it up, you meanie.
Optimus, Jesus Christ. All right. So if this movie stayed as kind of a fish out of water buddy movie, I'd have given it a higher rating. I'm a little disappointed that we seem to yada 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 a lot of their bonding, because at least half the time the two of them fucking hated each other. So they vacillated to these really big extremes. I fucking hate you, Mickey Mouse, to do unto others. I'm like, okay, sure, I guess. The movie seems to lose a lot of its steam for me when Lou dies and Quaid becomes a single parent. It turns the movie, and it shows in my notes. I had a lot more notes before Lou died. It turned the movie from this is weird, I'm enjoying it 3 out of 5 to like a meh 1 out of 5. But I'd split the difference and give it a 2.5. So what does that put us at? Like 15 and a half?
And Shiri, you had not seen this when you chose the movie, right?
No, entirely blind pick. I talked to my
Love a
cousin
blind
who's
pick.
around JC's age, and he told me that he'd seen Enemy Mine on TV as a kid, and it was a real fever dream. And that it would really, it would really fit the vibe I was saying. I'd kind of listed a few movies that JC had liked, Iron Eagle, Beastmaster, and stuff like that. And he was like, Enemy Mine. I was like, I've never heard of this. Looked it up, saw Dennis Quaid, Lou Gossett Jr., and I just immediately was like, that's it. There we go.
Yeah. Well, you were right.
Yeah, it's a cool movie. Had you seen it before, Citrus?
Nah.
There was also real quick. There was also a note that I forgot to mention from the director saying that he was concerned with the movie's title, that people wouldn't understand it's meant as possessive, not like an enemy mine. Like mine like belongs to me is how it's meant to be taken. He was concerned then like people were gonna think like, oh, it's about the mine in the movie, where like the slavers are.
Original German, it's spelled MEIN.
Yeah.
Anywho, now it's time to pick a movie for the next episode. We got a few people who listen in, so this movie might be a good starting point for them because as of yesterday, this movie is free to watch on Max. So it kind of helps you guys out. First off, let me go over the movies I'd have selected if I had picked a different gift recipient. Snake, if I had picked you, you would have gotten Big Trouble in Little China.
Oh, hell yeah.
Nice.
JC, I'd have given you Universal Soldier 2. Because I'm a real
like
asshole.
two or the return.
Fantastic point. And Sherry, because I'm apparently never getting back to the shitty top 100 movie poster that kind of started me down the movie podcast route, I'd have given you Spirited Away.
Nice.
Oh no.
There we go.
Yeah.
I thought you were just going to give me
God.
a and move on with your life.
One out of five.
All that being said, what do you get the lemon that has everything? It's tough for me to get a read on Citrus from his reviews, but I'm able to find some consistencies along the movies he's recommended to the group. Before we actually started recording for the podcast here, we had several rounds of watching movies beforehand, at which point he gave us Mandy, Fortress, Event Horizon, Battle Royale, and They Live. A lot of those movies are like dystopian future movies, so that gave me something to work with. I selfishly started this daisy chain by picking a movie that I would have liked and just went with Con Air. Then we daisy chained Nick Cage to the movie The Rock. Then daisy chained Sean Connery to a 1981 movie called Outland, which is a sci-fi western remake of High Noon.
Yes.
Oh, it's
know it.
I didn't pick that one, but then I found it.
Oh, these are great.
I found the perfect gift. I'm also very glad that Shiri didn't follow his first idea and go with Time Cop because this movie gives us our first Jean-Claude Van Damme movie. On Max as of last night, we're watching JCVD's tremendous name Gibson Rickenbacker in the 1989 action sci-fi movie Cyborg.
Oh, wow.
Wow. I've never heard of this. I'm sure I'll
in a future beset by chaos and violence, mercenary Gibson Rickenbacker is charged with a mission that could change everything. In a nutshell, this movie is thrilling, dark, and creative.
That's great.
Is he Orville's son?
It's Orville Rickenbacker.
Yeah, Cyborg. I haven't seen Cyborg in a long time, but I love that movie.
What a wild
Tune in next time, and we'll enter the lemon zone with
It's
Cyborg.
It's going to be really
It's
fun.
going to get weird.
Yeah.
Thanks, everybody, for listening to This Movie Might Kill Me. If you want to stay in the loop on what's coming up next, you want to tell us we suck at this, or maybe give us a recommendation that we might say no to, follow us on Instagram at ThisMovieMightKillMe. Email us at ThisMovieMightKillMe@gmail.com, spelled the way you think it sounds, and we'll read your email on the air. Tune in 2 weeks as we take on Cyborg with your host, Citrus. Thanks again.
You know we ain't got a chance, but you don't give a shit enough to